Hello, everyone.
Pippi Longstocking.
Oh, God. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the game we're currently playing, which is
Pippi Longstocking.
not Pippi Longstockings. This is
Or
Hellriders. Hellriders here on Roll for Chaos. I'm taller than I need to be. Hold on. There we go. I don't want to intimidate it.
Wow, Pippi Longstocking.
You have real problems with heights tonight.
Yeah, height problems are my thing tonight, apparently. So, hey, welcome back to the game that we are all playing. Where all of these lovely people. Oh no, Ness is now taller than she should be as well. Where did you?
Listen, calm down.
Just adjust. I gotta fix it. Hold on. Just moving you around. Just moving you around in the. Oh, you just got quit getting. Stop it. Stop it. Goddamn birds everywhere.
It's better.
Okay, fine.
Wait, what?
We're here in the game.
I don't know.
I'm just.
Hey, it's been a little while. We're all goofy. We're all hyped up.
I have ADHD. I can't sit still. It's a thing.
Yeah, holiday energy was good too. I'm sure everybody's had a good time. It's fun. We just came off the back of a after the show episode. It was delightful for a different thing.
Ass.
Check out our ass.
Over there on Across the Plains network here soon when our show launches there. Anywho, for this show, last time on the game, we ran into an individual by the name of Venture. Venture was in a different form. Venture murdered a young woman in front of her children on purpose.
I don't think young.
To steal her soul and put it into a coin. Not for personal gain. At all, for any reason.
So she says.
So she says.
We were all fine with it. It was fine.
We didn't yell at each other at all.
No, there was no yelling. And the people just want to know, of course, how many of those things you got tucked away in your pockets? How many dead people are you carrying right now?
I can screw
we should totally roll like a D something. We should totally roll for that.
All of the coins.
D20, roll D20.
Roll D20.
Yeah.
No.
No.
She has some on her sheet already.
Ty gave me a specific amount I have.
Oh, okay. With names or?
With names.
That would none of your business. That's what it is.
It's not quite that.
2 coins for 2 children. Oh, wait.
No, I already told you I don't have enough coins to take the children. I would have
I was in a
murdered the
competition
children as
last
well.
weekend.
You're keeping the
You should tell
children
me.
safe until you have the coins, and then just snap.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Fair.
Just whenever Venture decides to babysit.
Yeah, that'll happen.
For in whatever way that happens. So you all had found a little bit of a nice little resting place inside of a bakery that used to be a place that that old Valen and his boy toy inhabited on occasion, enjoying themselves, having some foods and whatnot. By the unfortunately partially destroyed city where everybody's currently fighting and possibly about to die, and all the horrible things that are related. Anyway, we're not going to go into that. So you all came to a world, ended up in hell, fought some people, found out that there's some bad shit happening, met a person who gave you some insight into what was actually occurring inside of town, and then went to the Risen Delights Bakery, inside Risen Delights. You all got a moment's rest and peace. Well, at least so far it seems like that, because I haven't interrupted anything at all except for a demon
Yet.
who showed up and said hello to Ness, and then Ness was like, "Deals? You got deals? I like deals. Give me a deal," and made a deal with the devil.
That excited about it.
You were pretty excited.
I wasn't as hesitant as I thought I might be, but
You made a
whatever.
minor deal with the devil to overthrow the Lord of Avernus.
We were gonna do that anyway. It just seemed like a bonus.
You don't know.
You had found out that the massive chains that are holding the city above the River Lith are currently, or Styx, drawing it down where the people's hope is both keeping them literally afloat. And if it is ever completely lost, and if those chains continue to drag down, all of them will become demons to fight at the behest of Avernus's ruler. Unfortunately, Zariel is needing more members for her army to fight against the inevitable tide of demons that keep pouring into Avernus, which we can see down below, down underneath the city. There are demons crawling up out of the river, and there are devils that constantly are fighting against them, with the occasional ones making their way up the chains and ending up inside the city, unfortunately. So we're kind of at that point. Everybody needs to decide what they want to do about this. You know that you need to find the sword to break the chains. You've been informed that that's the only thing that might be able to break these chains. It's part of this bond situation, this deal, this pact. Those chains are a problem. And you also know that you need to bring hope to the people in order to save the city. Which, how you go about doing that, it's up to you to figure it out. You, of course, have the old cathedral on the west side of the city that the Light Ward family has been protecting and watching over for a great deal of time. You also have the High Hall, which is where the current leadership, or should be leadership, of the town is likely making some sort of direction, defense, who knows what. So, we're going to pop back to the scene now. Ness has just made a deal with the devil and returns smelling of sulfur and smoke for just a moment, shaking that off of one hand. That seems to have an interesting looking sickle-shaped tattoo design that has appeared around the inner palm of your hand in red after shaking Belle's hand. So, as you walk in, I think this is the early morning shift. At that point, who was awake? Or who was going to be on watch? Ness was one.
I think it was the elves.
It was the elves?
Yeah, the elves.
Yep.
Okay. So Thulmaris and Valen, the two of you are sitting in there when Ness walks in after getting up and taking a... Wilhelmy, yeah. There's three elves, yes. No, they took the first watch.
No, the animal companions took the first watch.
Right.
And
then you took the second.
And we took the second, yeah.
So this was an in-between. So you come back in as they are all waking up and from their meditations, basically.
Oh, hi!
Hello.
I
Hello.
expected you to be asleep. You seemed pretty tired. Are you okay?
Yeah, yep. Fine.
Yes.
Puts her glove on.
What is that smell?
Listen, we haven't eaten the best diet recently, okay? And we're in hell, so could also be that pile of moldy flour. I don't know. You know what? I had a conversation with the devil. That's what happened, okay? Came in, said, "Oh hey," and then Ness recounts her deal that she made with the devil. Which it comes out in the sound of Tyson's voice.
You had met up with a devil who had been very honest with you and upfront, indicating that his name was Bell and that he was interested in assisting you and entering into a bargain where he would provide you some additional help, some minor power, and in return you would help him overthrow Zariel, the Queen of Hell of Avernus, who is currently ruling here, who kind of usurped his power, and he doesn't like that.
Right. So my enemy's enemy is my friend, and all that. Clears her voice, gets rid of the deep male sound.
Yes, technically we were planning on doing like half of that anyways, so
Yeah.
okay.
Did it maybe occur to you that, I don't know, discussing that with us might be helpful at all?
Well, I didn't want to interrupt anybody's meditation, and it actually really didn't have anything to do with anybody else.
That was super thoughtful of you, Ness. Thanks.
Yeah.
You know, you look really familiar.
Yeah, Willamir, we've been hanging out a little while. I would assume at this point there would be some recognition.
No, I seem to remember something earlier. I'll have to noodle it. You're fine. You're fine.
You all right? Here, just Ness hands Willamie a little snack ration from the pocket. Perhaps she's just a little low blood sugar.
Did you catch the devil's name?
Bell.
Bell.
Bell. Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
And did Bell give any indication of what it wanted you to do?
Defeat Zariel, who's
That's
problematic. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Well, did it with a special weapon, say some magic words? Did any details? Or just, Zariel?
Tyson. Part of the I should have wrote this down. But I do recall there was a weapon.
He had said he was going to go look for where the whereabouts of Zariel's sword was for you and your party.
Yes, the location of Zariel's sword, which we need to break the rusty chains and free everyone.
He had not indicated in what way you should take down Zariel or how to do so, rather indicating that you would be in contact with him in the future and that he would help you as best he could.
Yeah, just so helping us figure it out. My guess is that he's not particularly exactly sure at this point how to take down Zariel, and is going to investigate that. Let us know a bit.
He's also indicated that he's not super happy with the High Overseer here in town.
Also, the High Overseer here in town is not the favorite person. So what do we want to do? We got to So what we got here now? We got to bring hope to people, which I feel like that venture person could use some. So that's a start. And then we got to get Zariel's sword, break the chains, which should theoretically free up the city to rise back up and not descend further into hell permanently and forever. Any ideas where we want to start with that?
People seem to like folk songs. We could write a folk song about Venture and maybe throw ourselves into it too. And then they'd see us walking around the street and doing cool things and they'll get excited. Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Really?
No.
We should, for the sake of, let's find a place that we can fortify first against infernal incursion before we parade ourselves as the saviors of the city.
Valen, can I have you make an intelligence roll for me?
Oh. Hold on. Finding this. Why?
Everything moved around just a little bit on our fantasy grounds.
Just a tiny bit. So it's on the, there you go, main page. Oh!
Not very smart today. Not very smart today. It's okay.
Just woke up.
I'm a little distraught by, making a deal with the devil with like barely any information. It's fine.
So you were asleep during this portion of your soldiering class.
Oh, good.
You do know that there are steps to securing a location, and you can't remember what those are right now.
Fuck.
Well, we could go to the cathedral, or maybe somebody who lived here. Who lived here again? Let's see. Valen lived here.
Volmaris, Whistle,
The Mars. Whistle, who's sleeping. Okay. Any fortifiable areas that we want to go to? We should probably just pick a direction.
Well, we're on the eastern side of the city, with the bridges being the problem. Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cross the bridges, and Venture told you
Which
that
is-
they're covered in demons or devils. One
Which
or
is
the
great.
other.
Devils. It's going to be very difficult to cross that bridge as we are. So let's first find a place on the eastern side of the city, fortified to get at least some help, whether it be an army or just some sneaking help to get us across.
Okay.
And if we go across, that's where the High Hall is, where Duke Ravengard is supposedly staying at.
Yeah, Grand Duke Ravengard should be. Is it Ravengard? Am I now messing up the name?
Pretty sure you said Ravengard.
That sounds right.
Let's go with Ravengard.
So, all right. Do we have an idea where we want to go with that then? Perhaps when Venture wakes up, they'll have an idea if there's more people. Although I don't know what they murdered people, right? You guys saw murder. Do we?
I mean, somebody murdered somebody.
I guess always somebody's murdering somebody.
It is.
I just don't know the company they keep. That's what I'm thinking. My first thought is, hey, let's local and perhaps has some underground fortifications of people or something. But I'm just not sure what their deal is yet. So,
I mean, we could ask for more information.
Yes, that's probably a wise idea.
Hmm.
They've been in hell for what, 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
They probably know a little bit more of what's
about
going on.
3.5 weeks in total.
Oh, jeez. So yes, they've been here for 3 weeks. Let's figure out what they know and how we can use things to our advantage.
Fair enough. Did I get a long rest in time?
Yeah, I'm gonna say everybody got enough rest.
You what now?
I was going to say you should probably finish your napping so that we can be all refreshed to go. But if you feel
fine.
rested.
Yeah, a little invigorated from the meeting at the devil, I guess.
I can imagine.
Oh, don't get all judgy.
So everybody
You
rests.
made a deal with Sylvanas, who's
Which
killed
what
more people.
paladins do. Let's be
That's
honest.
Yeah, fair. All right. Hey, they're Venture sort of gently poking.
Okay. So we finished the
Nudge you with a
rest,
foot.
and Venture is poked awake at the end of this rest.
And probably Thelmaris will wake up with Stell nicely. I don't know.
That is... Because the last time, yeah, he had to do it last time. Just like prepares mentally, just like with Stell.
Very stale croissants, just like throwing them at him.
We have to go, dear.
What? What?
It's time to wake up, dear.
Oh, we're still here. Son of a. Okay. And your
You weren't
clothes are still on. I
dreaming.
guess it's a dream. Damn. Okay. Well, prestidigitation. Just like gets their face on, just magically, just.
God, that would be nice. Full face.
Okay.
All right. And Venture,
So anything fun happen?
you are rudely poked awake.
No, uneventful.
Mhm. Can I help you?
Yeah. So you need to find some place to fortify while we get prepared to save everyone. Do you have a place with which we would be safe to do so, where we would be less inclined to be murdered by outside or inside forces.
I have a place that they could do so without being harmed.
After you've been here, as long as you have realized there is not really a safe place. There is earthquakes, there is lightning that comes down and strikes a building you might be inside of. The ground isn't solid because if you go down too far in the sewers, you fall out the bottom. There is the safest places you can like find in this area are just places that you are able to hide in, where maybe they're just a little awkward for individuals to get through. It's less likely for the errant demon to find its way into your household, or the devil patrols that are out there looking for things to find you again. So you do have 3 safe houses in the area, or places that you've used that haven't been compromised yet. This is one of them. This building is not super huge. There's not a lot of supplies in it. At the moment, I want you to give me a perception check just to see if you remember anything else.
Sure.
Hi, just real quick.
Mhm.
The 2 or however many weeks that Venture has been in hell with the rest of the city,
Yeah.
is that 1-to-1 with the real world, or is it like magic time, like fuckery with?
Time is weird. Yeah.
Okay, all I need to know. Okay,
That is a
19.
19 with a persuasion.
Oh, oops.
Huh.
I mean, they start with a
'cause
P.
Persuasion's on mine 3 times.
Why? That's weird.
I don't know. That's okay. That's
Oh!
21, which is better.
better.
That is
Yeah,
quite a bit
definitely.
better. Yeah, you have persuasion.
Yeah,
Oh,
funsies.
Very
Okay.
persuasive.
what? So yeah, just make sure you use the one with the little star, the proficient one, instead
But it's a
of
plus
other.
one. It should
This
be
should
higher
be
than that.
charisma. There.
No.
Yeah, it should be a plus 7 to persuasion.
Yeah, that one's
What
it's okay.
did they
21.
perceive? It's killing me.
When you were traveling through town, you had found that there was a church to Torm that had been relatively ruined, cracked in half, but you know that before the city was all transported, that they had been having a food drive, and that there were individuals that were providing goods to the less fortunate, and they had begun to stockpile that inside the actual
Good thing
location.
we're less fortunate now.
We are.
So if you were able to get there and get inside of it, you might be able to secure some food for other refugees, for yourselves, which is a commodity right now. Food is worth its weight in gold.
Building hope, I see.
Okay. I will
Hard to have hope
let
when you're
them
hungry.
know about said safe-ish house with food. I'll let
A
them know.
safe-ish house.
Torm.
Mm-hmm.
If the church hasn't been desecrated, it might still hold its consecration, which would hopefully hold up against the infernal.
At least make them more uncomfortable.
It's a good a place to start as any.
I would agree.
Let's go.
Do you know the direction of it?
It is north of you.
That way.
That way.
she pointed north.
Ah!
I'm so good.
How about Ness? Do
actually
you
did.
feel good about scouting ahead, or should I go with the dragon?
I can
Me-
go. I wouldn't mind the fresh air.
Me dragon or the dragon? The
My drag.
purple one or green one? Okay.
The green one.
Well, purple one or okay, good. Okay.
Although you guys look great together, purple and green, so good.
Ooh, that is cute.
I know.
It is a good.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the
I'm-
party's like direction from here? Where are you all heading?
I will go.
I was
scout
asleep. Don't
out
ask
ahead.
me.
I will go scout out ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you and Thilmaris are going to head out through the streets and move towards the Temple de Torm, which is called the Riverside Refuge. That's where you're
Oh.
looking.
I'm just
Oh,
I'm just putting it out there, but I could possibly alter my appearance and look more demonic or devil-like. If that's something we want to utilize to our advantage anytime here
And
Hi.
you are
while you
good
guys
at
are
talking.
scouting. I attempt to, but I could try to get into character of a devil or a demon, whatever they are. They all look the same. I don't mean to be that person, but they're all kind of. Some have horns, some have skeletons, some have spikes. It's all the.
Listen,
I didn't need to
was,
know this until now.
I was raised in a very religious education, and the differences were painful or painfully, like just like rubs his knuckles, instructed to me.
I mean,
Rubbing.
so far all I know is that they have beards with weird things on them. That's the only ones we've seen thus far. So
Bearded devils.
I could try to come up with my own thing, but yeah, I just
Let's
don't
go with
know.
the bearded devil. They're very simple.
Seems common.
Sure, why not? Do you want me to do that, or do you want me just to keep that under wraps until we need it?
Until we need it. Let's not give anyone any
You
wrong
do-
ideas.
You guys do your thing, and I guess I'll hang out with the rest. Are we all just gonna stay here? Are we gonna trail them a bit, or what do we want to do?
How far is the temple? The refuge?
Asking that, of course, of
I'm so
Venture.
smart.
No thanks.
It's about 10 blocks north of you, give or take a few here and there.
10 blocks. So if we could, if nothing happened, we could get there and back within an hour.
Yeah, that would work.
Hey, Ty.
Yes, sir.
Can I do an investigation roll to see if there's any traces of Darien in this area that I was in, since it's a familiar place?
I could allow you to do that while the others are heading on their little scouting expedition, so because it's going to take you a little bit of time.
Okay.
Okay, so y'all wait here. Get your stuff ready. Maybe take a peek around and see if there's anything useful and portable here. And we'll be back.
You
Or
want my
not.
owl? No, owl fly.
Sure.
Owls
They
could
can
be
just like
cool.
do circles around you or whatever else.
That would
Oh.
probably be helpful.
Mhm.
So then
Oh,
if there's something we don't see coming.
I don't actually. I don't know. I don't know if I ever asked your name, Mr. Owl. You just kind of appeared here last night. Do you have a name? You want to go by anything? Owl good? You want anything?
That is your job to name me.
Wow.
Okay, if you survive
Rude.
another
Owl.
day, you'll get one. So just right now, Owl's good. Okay. Just I guess fly overhead. Follow these two overhead. If anything looks, what do you want to say? Like anything looks bad, such as demons, devils, bad things. Let you guys know or let me know. What would you like to do?
I
I can just give them over to you. I could just say like do whatever they say, whatever you.
think that would probably be good because
You know
if
what?
it's something that's
Just-
an emergent issue, it would be nice to not have to wait for the middleman to get back to us.
The
I'm
owl
gonna- I'm gonna-
turns and its eyes flash red for a second, and it says, "If following them gets me killed, I'm going to hunt you."
Well, I'm gonna resummon you anyway, and it's probably gonna be some other person, so you don't have to worry about it. Just I point at Ness. Just go perch on that one's shoulders and just whatever they say, do.
The owl just like lands on your shoulder. Its talons dig in a little too tight.
Be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't
Archimedes?
do.
Do you want to be Archimedes? It's an owl name.
That's a good name.
It turns and starts preening its feathers.
I take that as a yes.
Precious.
Okay. Stealth.
All right, so this is what we're doing. We're having Ness and Thilmaris are going to sneak off to the north to take a look at the religious site, see what's up there or what might be in the way. Valen is going to start investigating the area nearby to try to find traces of a lost love. What are Willamy, Whistle, and Venture doing in that interim?
Willamy's going to start working on the song. Possibly through interviews with Venture.
Okay, so you're going to sit down to have some interviews with Venture, try to get some information that can be written into a folk hero song that can then raise the spirits of people that it's sung to.
I am not the person you want to be raising spirits.
Before I leave, I'm gonna make heavy eye contact, Venture. Be nice to Willoughby or I will kill you. Okay.
I think Venture's just gonna nod and flash the second soul coin just to be an asshole.
Wow.
Presumably, my soul has already been spoken for. So.
All right. So
for Willoughby.
Oh.
He's gonna keep me safe. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep Willoughby nice and safe.
Valen?
Yes.
Please, just keep an eye on Venture. Because if they kill Willoughby, I'll kill both of you.
I mean, it's fair to say that if someone touches Willoughby, I'll have their head.
That's the vibe I'm looking for. Gives him a pat on the shoulder.
Okay. So the two of you, Thelmaris and Ness, please give me a stealth roll.
You got it.
Nice.
Pass without a trace. I can cast that for free.
Without trace. Excellent.
I'll give it to everybody, but we will be the first ones to use it, so add 10.
Yep, so you have a 23.
23.
And I have a 33.
Thank you.
Yep.
That's better.
Excellent. So the two of you are heading out across the streets, moving here and there. You're noticing in the sky, like, a bit of ash rains down. You see the occasional, like, arcing ball of magma that just launches out of the scenery nearby, and then either moves right past the town, trailing smoke, or some of it crashes into it, and you see something in the distance. The giant black smoky clouds above you sometimes have rays of green lightning that just and you see like a building shatter.
I will also make sure to remind you that I have the alert feat.
You do.
Okay.
Excellent.
Oh.
So, that is a 20. What was that? So you had a 23 when it came to your stealth roll. Perception. Okay.
And then Thelmaris had a 33.
He did. The two of you are creeping up along the streets, being as quiet as you can, staying low, like moving from building to building. And as you are rounding a corner near the old aqueducts, you can see like magma slowly drifting through it. You hear the sound of someone in the distance. Help! Help me! Help! They're gonna get me! And as you like turn around the corner, you see a young male human currently running from two creatures that are chasing it down. Give me a religion roll for this, and they look like this. You can see that.
There we go. Oh, hi.
So, goatee.
Yes.
Religion is not my forte. Would you? I don't know.
17 for me.
17.
Thank goodness.
So these are very tall. There are these two about 8.5, almost 9 foot tall creatures resembling like Minotaur-esque sort of. They're gaunt to the point of seeming skeletal, very thin. They have ram's horns curved on their heads. They've got feet ending in claws instead of hooves. You recognize these with your role as a Bulzau. They are a demon, obviously. Just love death, love torturing individuals. They're very chaotic. They do not talk to people. They will not parlay with you. They will not communicate in any way other than maybe to play with or to have a good time with you before they murder you or do some horrible things to you.
Two questions.
Mhm.
One, are they so strong that the two of us could not... Wait, there's 2 or 3 of them.
There's 2 of them.
Are they so strong that we could not take them 2-on-2?
So, with your knowledge of them, they are a relatively potent force.
Okay.
A demon that may be a little too much of a challenge for the two of you.
Okay. And then my second question is, why is there a demon here?
The demons have crawled up the chains from below, where they're kind of engaged in the war with the devils. Part of the reason why the devils are up here was just because there are demons that are rushing into the city they're trying to take over.
Oh,
Ew.
god damn it. Okay. I'm gonna make a motion to Ness and just be like, no, we can't do this. And like we need to just like let this person fall to whatever fate befalls them, unfortunately. And you just kind of like see like regret on his face. He wants to help this person, but it just doesn't, we can't do it by ourselves.
Why? Okay. I mean, yeah.
So you're just going to sneak past and allow him to succumb to
Yep.
his fate?
Yep.
Yes. Also, regret, and there is definitely a moment that Ness has of like wanting to not listen, and then sees Thalmaris's face that this is not like an arbitrary decision that they've made, and will follow along and
Yeah, like
feel
his
really
shoulders
gross.
are tense and just like shaking a little bit. Hands are like balled up into fists.
So two of
Every scream.
you kind of stay hidden a little bit
Like a
behind
tear.
some of the boxes and the refuse on the street. There's a overturned cart, it's been collapsed. You kind of duck down behind it as these two hulking figures move past you. Their very presence causes your ears to kind of buzz, causes this static feeling inside of your head, and your skin alights as painful sensations rip across it. Even from this distance, both of you please give me a fortitude, Sarah, con saving throw.
Ooh,
Yeah.
no! Hey, look at that natural 20!
That's a good natural 20. 7's fine though. It's nice.
It's
7. No, it's not. I'm sorry.
bad.
It's gonna
Okay.
hurt.
So you take some damage there, Thalmaris. Ness, that painful sensation is something you can handle. You can see little lesions, like little tiny paper cut-esque looking things appearing across your exposed skin, your arms, your face, and you're kind of, as they move past you. But you look over to Thalmaris, and you can see his skin begins erupting in lesions as these things walk by. And there is
Oh, dear
8
God.
points of damage that hits you.
Jeez.
Holy balls.
Oh,
Ow.
that felt good.
Yeah, you're fine. You look great. You look great.
As
Can't-
they rush-
can't even tell.
And peel, you know.
As they rush
Why not?
past you and head into the alleyway that this figure has run down, your screams of terror turn into screams of pain and laughing coming from down that alleyway.
The two hulking figures, do I know what those are?
Those are the Beelzoos.
Oh, okay.
The
So,
thing
yeah.
they were chasing was just a person.
Oh,
Just
sorry.
a person.
I got them as like way smaller in my head. My bad. Those
they were-
things are really big.
They were huge, yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, I got to have the pain of leaving this person behind physically. So, like, just grabs Ness by the hand and just kind of like goes away
I thought I had
grudgingly.
Okay.
I thought I had a potion of healing, but I
You
don't.
used yours on Willamy when they were down in the fight with or somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
I
to
did
say.
too.
Before we would have taken our long rest,
Mhm.
I would have used my last spell slot to cast Good Berry, so I have 10 berries on me.
Okay.
Because
Just-
everyone needs to eat food.
Yeah.
So I would have
and
given one to everybody
the berries
for
would count.
food for the day.
Okay.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 left.
So the two of you move past that, looking back and recognizing that in your time working for the guild, you've seen some messed up stuff before. You've had to turn a blind eye on occasion. It doesn't feel great. And do you have a brief moment before we switch back to the other party for a second?
I don't think we're gonna. I think Ness would probably prefer to not ever talk about that.
So two of you like share a glance for a second, and then it's like,
Yeah.
You continue through the streets, heading further north. We pop back to where we see Valen. Valen, you've started to look around the actual bakery, a little bit in the streets outside. Please give me an investigation roll, and I'll tell you what you discover. Nice. 17. As you kind of search through the location, you wander a little bit in your memories paths. The times that you and oh gosh, I forgot his name now. Darian.
Darian.
When you and Darian had sat at some of these very tables, when you had been outside sharing a cup of coffee together and listening to music that used to play from some of the troubadours that would just walk up and down the streets in this area. It's a very popular merchant district. And you notice a section of a table nearby that has a scratched section that has like a heart with a D and V inside of it, where he'd put a little mark on it there. And beside it, it says, "My love, if by some way you find this, know that I think of you."
Doll.
Oh, yes.
You'll make another search here in just a little while, but you have
Okay.
kind of wandered through the bakery at this point in time. We see Whistle. What are you doing right now as Willamie's like starting to create some stanzas and going over some rough lyrics?
So it's Willamie and Venture. I'm assuming Willamie and Venture, probably Venture's begrudgingly doing this.
Mhm.
But and then Balin just wandered out, right, to go look at stuff, or did he look at stuff inside the bakery?
He's looking in the bakery at the moment. He'll be looking outside the bakery next.
If people weren't paying attention to me, I think Wistill would have found a private little corner, used their new feature, one with the shadows, to turn invisible, and they probably are going to do their own little investigation to see if they can find anything with their family in the general area, because I think at this point, it's too overwhelming for them not to try to look into their family.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
So it'll be invisible without a trace.
okay. Okay. What are you intending to do with that?
I honestly think if they know the town well enough, they might know if either if there was like a family member that lived close by, or if at least there's a spot where their family used to hang out a bunch. They're ultimately just trying to within the couple blocks. They don't want to venture too far out, but within like the immediate area, like if they knew of anything where their family might be, they would just want to see like. Do they find someone that's dead? Do they find someone that's living? Do they find a trace of where they might have went? Like, that kind of thing. They just want to do an immediate, like, I can't take it anymore. Let's just see if I don't know, my third cousin twice removed. Oh, yep, they're dead. Like that kind of
Okay.
thing.
Let's give me a high or low real quick.
Hi.
High.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Let me look for one thing here. So, the Songbird's Feathers is a clothier not too far from here, about a block and a half away. That is where one of your cousins ran. It's a storefront that they ran for your family. You could always check over there. That's the nearest one to you.
Yeah, if that's the nearest one, that's where they would go. See if, who knows, maybe they are basically trying to hope they don't find a body or bodies within it. Or
Yeah.
if they do, hopefully they're living.
Okay, so you're going to head out in that direction. And did you say you were invisible? Using...
Yep.
Right.
Like while everyone else was preoccupied, they went invisible and they just made their way.
Okay, so not even noticing Whistle leave, Willamie or Venture, you just kind of walk past Valen, who's currently investigating signs of his lost love, and you move out into the streets. You walk about a block over, and you turn to find the store front, which you should see the front of it here just down this street, not that far from where you're at, when a sensation washes over you. Please give me a will saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Yep.
God, I'm mixing up all my systems. You know how long it's been since I played?
Hey,
Ooh!
24. Not 20.
Excellent. So it seems like knives just ran down the back of your skin and went across your spine, made your whole body tingle. And as you look up, you see a figure marching down the street in your direction. There is a black armored with infernal flames licking out the eye sockets on the knight. Very powerful looking, huge shield that seems to be rusted and corroded, carrying a lance in the other hand on the back of a nightmare steed, a giant flaming horse with hooves that are ablaze, with red, raging eyes. And it's just marching down the streets, looking back and forth. It hasn't noticed you at the moment, but something about it seems very frightening.
Yep, don't want to mess with that. If there was a back alleyway to go to that same spot, great. Otherwise, they would hide until they passed. Like they nope, don't want to deal with it.
You move into the nearest alleyway nearby, and as you take a few steps forward, the ground shifts and shakes underneath your feet. Please give me a dexterity saving throw.
God,
Oh my
son of a. Okay, I'm
God.
just. This is why you don't split the party, folks.
This is why you don't go outside
Hey,
ever.
19.
You keep your footing as the ground kind of shakes and moves. In the small alleyway that you're in, there is a crack, and you see the section of wall near you immediately have a line just up the edge of it, and part of this building collapses into the alleyway right where you would have been, blocking you off. And as it collapses, you know that that crash has just brought attention to this alley, and that knight starts walking in front of it.
Why would
so
that though have alerted it? Everything's falling down.
It's just looking.
So it crumbled in. Is there now a hole into that building, or is it like I can't even get into it? Like, is it so much debris that I can't get over it or in it, or you know what I mean?
Give me a perception check, and let's see if you can find a way through. Maybe a hole you can squeeze through, a section you can climb over.
Got it.
With guidance, you get a 10.
11.
You get an 11. So you think that there's a section of this that is held up in a braced position where maybe you could squeeze through that would bring you inside of a portion of the building.
Yeah, they're panicking at this point, so I think they would try to squeeze in, and I think they probably also would just give up the game and would try to squeeze in and then go back towards the bakery, unless they're like seen or something like that.
So you're gonna try to squeeze in and then make your way back after you've looked. Is that the?
Yeah, because if it's like, oh god, this is it, turn around. If the thing like if the guy on the nightmare, I'm assuming it's a death knight. If the thing turns its head and goes like, oh, I wonder what that was, they'd be like, ha, and they want to go straight. They want to try to like immediately get back into the building and disappear away from it. And they're like, obviously, might as well just start heading back.
Okay, I will let you make a religion roll if you want to see if you recognize this or if you've got some insight from your patron.
Oh,
10.
I think you need to change the color of the dice.
It does appear that this is some sort of
purple for the win.
This is some sort of devil, because it's being
bad thing,
slow and melodic and meticulous. Not melodic, meticulous.
It's all.
I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired. I'm singing songs for people.
It's
now
Ariel.
Sing Ursula in a plate mail. So
I'm
you look at it, you know that it's scary. That's all you know. It's super scary. So, last roll. Please give me a dexterity saving throw as you squeeze through the tiny gap into the building, just to see if you can get inside of it real quick.
I had like a little Winnie the Pooh moment with his like feet kicking his little tail out there.
9.
You get caught halfway.
I cursed you, you Winnie the Pooh!
As you do, I'm now going to make you make a stealth roll to see if you cause debris to crumble around you. Just because you're invisible doesn't mean that...
That would be a trace. Wouldn't that be a trace?
Do I have enough of a head through the debris that I can see the other side?
Yes, I will allow that. But you are
Misty Step.
You're just gonna... Okay, so from there, you immediately use a Misty Step and... from one side to the other, just in time to hear the clack clack and the whoosh of the whatever devil knight behind you, turning its horse into the alleyway to look for something. And you end up appearing inside of a small clothier's shop. There's some spools of thread. There's a bunch of different clothing offers right up towards the front of the building. You can see the till off to the side. You see a section of the building is collapsed inside. And you notice that the inner wall on the center interior has had massive burn marks across it. It looks like something exploded in here, and you can see the telltale sign of a tail underneath the rubble that is the same color as yours.
It's been a depressing episode so far.
I'm going to make Like I feel like I want to make a wisdom save
Mhm.
because it's one of those they immediately want to know, but they also know it's out there. So it's whether or not they can maintain the composure to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, give me a wisdom.
12.
It's not terrible.
So many
I'd say
eights.
you're going to break just a little bit.
I think that was. I actually would put the DC higher than that. So I think they would immediately run up and maybe try to like carefully undo some bricks to get to the face,
Mhm.
but they're not like dog. Like they're not kind of like throw bricks around, but they're trying. They're quickly and carefully trying to undo bricks to at least see a face.
Okay, so you begin digging through there as quickly as you can. I'm gonna have you give me another high or low.
Low.
Good news is maybe Venture has your beloved loved one's soul and a coin in their pocket.
So you tear
Is this
at
one?
the
Is
stone,
this one? Is this
you
one?
launch things aside, and you see Tuon, your cousin, dead in the ground before you.
Okay.
Crushed by
I think
by
it's.
rock.
I think it's like they just like immediately fall back, like almost like onto like their butt, and just like holding their mouth to try to make sure they stifle whatever's coming out. And it's just that for a bit as they try to process and compose themselves because they always, in the back of their mind, since the start of what would be this game, as soon as they realized that the town disappeared, they always thought this was a possibility, but like Schrodinger's cat. So
Mhm.
now seeing the first evidence of reality, it's crumbling. They immediately are crumbling inside. And they're just trying to keep it together until whatever the hell outside is at least past.
Okay, so we see Whistle kind of break down somewhat, hit the ground, and just like try to hold it in and be quiet at the same time as having a moment of mourning as they realize this shit's real. We pop back over to the bakery where Willamy and Venture are continuing creating their songs. Give us your current lyrics that you've come up with, Willamy, for this song.
Wow.
Just a small stanza, just like 3, maybe 4 lyrics. You don't have to do the whole thing.
Well, right now we're trying to conquer the PR
Mhm.
aspects of Venture's particular plan to save the city. So we're kind of riffing off the whole take a coin, leave a coin kind of theory, and that's where we're leaning towards.
I would like to
That's not-
clarify, we is not actually we in this situation. Venture has tried to assure Willamy many times that Venture is not the person you want to be the champion of the people. There are
but
plenty
you
of people
already
who do not
are.
like her. There are
You
plenty
already
of people
are
who
the
do not like
champion.
her.
And
That's-
we'll kind of change the PR, like I said. We'll
Mm.
spin it, and then we'll make you into this really like spiritual character. I think right now this situation calls for spiritual guidance. So,
Absolutely
have
does
you
not.
ever guided anything? Anything at all? Anything?
Food to her mouth.
Souls
I
into
can work
coins.
with that.
Yeah, souls in
But when they said toss a coin to your witcher, in the words of another famous bard, that is not what they meant. I just want to clarify that.
It might have been, is what I'm
Might
saying.
have been.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I would prefer not to be coined, if you will, but I'm sure that there are plenty of people who will find it comforting.
Do not think this is going to end the way you think it is going to end, and perhaps it is best you just stop while you are ahead.
Willamy,
No.
please give me a performance roll just to see how well it's coming along at the moment. Kerplow!
Oh!
28.
Dang.
So,
Me, I know what I'm doing.
no matter how you spin it, Venture, it kind of is a bop so far, even if you don't like the
I'm not
subject
questioning
matter.
the bopability. I am questioning the content, not
Context
the
is secondary.
jaunty tune that it is set to. It
So-
could still be a bop about Venture murdering people.
So
I
Valen,
once wrote a song about a chipmunk, and you know that they're the worst. But it came out so well that really I unfortunately made them much more popular than they
Why
should
did you
be.
write the song about the chipmunk?
It was on a bet. One of the squirrels said that I couldn't make it friendly, and I
You
just
made
made
a
it
bet
too.
with the squirrel to make a
Yeah.
song about the chipmunk?
Yes. Squirrels were my
And
greatest
this is what you do in
patrons.
your spare time, is you talk to squirrels to make songs about chipmunks?
What do you mean spare time? This was like primo part of my career thus far.
Understood. I got nothing.
we move
How am I
outside.
supposed to comment on that?
Awkward was
outside.
well played, Neil.
To Valen, who is now looking in the general vicinity, real close to the shop front. Go ahead and give me another investigation check while you're out here. 21. Nice. So you're
I'm really
wandering.
looking at
You're wandering through the streets a little bit here and there, and you happen to notice off in the alleyway directly across from where you're at, there's signs of a scuffle. There was some sort of fight that occurred there. And as you move over into that position, you can see some bodies inside of this alleyway where someone had had a pretty serious fight. And you notice that there are a few demons that have just laying upon the ground here, covered in blood, obviously slaughtered in a fight. And you see the feet, the booted feet of a Hell Knight or Hellrider. Hellrider, not a Hell Knight. A Hellrider in the back of the alleyway, just kind of collapsed and laying on the ground. They're wearing a full a masked helmet and portions of plate that have been completely damaged by flame and by barbed spears.
Okay. So can I, attempt to remove the head, the head?
You just pull the head clean off.
Can I attempt to take the
Helmet off. Yeah.
Thank you.
So you move over, and as you're looking at that corpse, kind of feeling a little nervous to begin with, you notice around its arm is a red sash piece, kind of a tattered fragment. It is part of a scarf that looks a lot like one you gave to Darian. And as you go back and you immediately trepidatiously sit over top of this corpse and you start getting ready to pull back the helmet edge, kind of sticks for a second and you just have an emotional moment. And then you pull hard and you see the face of Elgin, one of the Hell Knights that you worked alongside.
Okay.
It looks like he has passed in a fight, and you can see a smile on his face. He was happy with the outcome. He fought well, he went down, but you're curious as to why he's bearing a piece of Darian's sash.
Is he cheating on me?
Wow. So glad he's alive. Oh my god, wait. Is he cheating on me though?
So I'm gonna take that red sash.
You take a piece of it off and you hold it in your hands. You have felt this 1,000 times. It is absolutely a piece of Darian's sash.
And I wrap it around me.
Yeah, it's only about enough to go around your arm. It's a small fragment of the overall sash. Looks like part of it was given to this individual and he bound it around his arm.
Okay. Well, scratch that. I'm going to take that little piece and I'm gonna wrap it around the hilt of my sword.
Okay.
Can I keep the helmet?
Yeah, you can take it. It's not in the best shape at the moment, but you.
Oh, okay.
I need to rinse it out too.
Maybe I won't. Is there any else that I can maybe pick up or search to see if there's any more information that I can glean from this specific situation?
So it's a suit of breastplate armor that's damaged. He looks like he went out fighting these demons. They're not devils. He's carrying a pitted and damaged Hellrider sword and shield, and he doesn't seem to have anything on him of note. But give me a perception roll. No? You don't find anything
I don't
else.
see shit. Okay.
Got a little schmutz in your eye there.
However, you do feel a prickling sensation upon your skin, as if someone is running dagger tips across the edges of it. And you kind of like twist and turn. Please give me a will saving throw.
Real quick.
Mhm.
Didn't Ness cast something that was on me as well? What was that?
I
Yeah.
did not. Thomaris did without a
The
trace.
Thermalis.
Yeah.
Okay. What
Without a
was
trace
that?
gives you +10 to all stealth-based rolls that you're making, as long as it lasts. Does it have a range on that spell, Thamaris?
Less than 10 blocks.
Might be. Without a trace. Lasts for up to an hour. It's a 30-foot emanation aura. So it's... He's outside of that range, so you don't have it anymore.
Oh, okay. Okay, what am I doing?
So give me a wisdom saving throw. Excellent. So the edges of fear start to override you, and in this horrible and dark place, you look around and you realize that fear is not going to stop you. You hold strong in that moment and don't begin cowering as you notice a figure on mounted horseback in full plate blackened armor with a spear radiating flame, and a horse with hooves ablaze begins moving up the street not too far from you. He has not noticed you yet.
I think it's time for me to go hide back into the place.
If you move out into the street, that's where he is.
Oh.
You're currently in an alleyway across from the bakery.
Is there any doors?
Give me a
Around
perception check as you quickly turn around. You start looking for an exit location.
Dumpster, garbage can,
21. Excellent.
tauntaun.
So there is a back alley door ahead of you, about 15 feet up to your right, as you're facing away from whoever this individual is. If you catch his attention, he might try to ride you down as you're running in that direction.
Oh my.
Oh my god. Is he
Alternatively,
nice?
you could lay down on the ground and pretend to
How's
be
the
dead
pace?
here next to your fellow soldier, or you can move further down the alleyway. There is a T junction not too far off that leads into another street. So if you were to try to sprint down to that street, you could try to go in through the door, you could try to lay down and pretend not to be alive.
The door could also be locked.
True.
I still have the helmet. Maybe this would be a good or like it's still by me. Maybe it's a good opportunity to put the helmet on and to lay down and act dead.
Okay. You grab a hold of the helmet, you lay down on the ground. Give me a performance roll.
Fuck.
Oh
Drive
no, I'm
inspiration.
dead.
You're
I
gonna
have
use-
died. Don't kill me. Ah.
Dying here on the ground.
Ew.
I don't think you
Inspiration,
have
I
inspiration
think.
at the moment. We have one team inspiration, I believe. So if you were all okay with using the one team inspiration, Valen can reroll.
For you not to die.
Yeah,
Gruesomely?
it's our take. You know.
All right. So we're using the team inspiration. Go
They
ahead and
did
reroll
try to
performance.
kill at least two of us.
Yeah.
Was I not
yeah.
emboldened
I'm just
from
saying.
receiving the note on the fucking
You cost me
table?
2 healing potions, just saying.
You know what? I will
Damn.
allow that. I will say that your character had some heroic inspiration from seeing the love, the message from your love on the table
Thank you.
inside the bakery. So I'll let you reroll.
Aww.
So cute.
Oh, much
So
better.
much better. Oh my god.
Because of love. Oh, Barl.
Oh.
Never mind.
Well,
Well, it's just a critical success, and they don't have any. There was no additional on there. I just see a 20, and then I see a 21. So by raw numbers, Phelan wins.
I'm going to allow this once to have disadvantage because it wasn't looking for you.
Cool. Great.
Thank god.
So I'm gonna
I
have it
can
roll.
tell
one
who your
time.
favorite
I will
is, but
roll
that's
another
fine.
10.
I
Oh,
will
jeez.
take it. Thank you.
There you go.
Much
And
better.
you were not spotted by the Nerzagon Cavalier.
Oh,
It has now
That's a name.
moved past you in the street and
so
continues.
Cavalier.
A few steps out of view as you're kind of laying there, and this wave of energy keeps moving across you, and you hear the nightmare cry out, and it sounds like a screaming person.
God.
And then it
Like
just
a goat, like a screaming goat. I'm sorry,
Kind
this
of.
would probably be scarier, but I
a
just think
scarier
that-
one, yes. And it suddenly is just bolting off down the street. It seems to have found a target, and you hear the sound of a lance being lowered, and it just moves off into the distance.
Mm.
I'm gonna go back inside now.
Okay, you move across the street very quickly and head back to the bakery. Speaking of a lance being dropped and a new target being chosen, we move back to Thilmaris and Ness. As the two of you have gotten a little bit further away from where you were at, you are seeing up ahead of you the temple to Torm. It happens to be a squat, square, structured location. Torm is very much militaristic in general terms in the way that he handles things, a god of justice and all that. And the actual temple itself has like some flower motifs. It's got a river pattern across the outside. It's obviously very damaged. Most of the building has collapsed in on itself, so it looks kind of like the edges of a square that have just tilted in and become like kind of triangular in the middle. So the roof has collapsed in and the walls have collapsed with it. And as you get closer to it, you can see a charred humanoid corpse in the middle of the street. It's holding a silvered longsword in hand. And it's just there on the ground, just in the way, right in front of you as you head towards this location.
Does it? I will examine it as we walk that direction.
Okay, so you're gonna go over and take a look at the corpse.
I mean, it's on the way. You said it's in the way.
Yeah, it's
Does it
So
look like
on-
it's moving or breathing?
It is not
Right.
breathing. It's not. We can give me a perception check as the two of you.
Yeah,
love
let's
to.
do that.
24.
24. Nice, Thilmaris. Ness. 22.
22.
The two of you are
Yeah.
exceptionally proficient at seeing things.
We
As the two
see
of you-
things.
As the two of you get closer, the first thing you notice is that this was a Hellrider. Obviously, it is no longer alive. It's got a relatively expensive longsword, fully silvered. It's got an engraved something on the center of it. It happens to have a charred belt pouch with some items sitting inside of it that look like they could be of value. And there's also the edges, just the very tiniest edges of some kind of arcane sigil under the corpse on the street.
So, a trap.
Yes.
Someone has set a trap using a corpse and things worth some money.
Okay, so if I were to set a trap like this, where nearby would I sit myself to then, like, snag my prey?
Yeah.
Give me another. Well, you've rolled high enough in perception. The two of you looking around, you can see that there is a small overlook. There's like a cafe nearby, off to the right. There's a section above it where there is a balcony, and that balcony happens to have a bunch of now charred and damaged plants up in there that would be easy to hide behind, but nobody's there. It's the only thing you can see that has a direct line of sight to this that isn't currently collapsed or damaged around you.
Cool. I'm gonna look at Ness and just kind of like, do you want to like go up there and check?
Okay, so I can see invisible thing.
You can, yeah, if you're close enough to them, you can potentially see things that are invisible or hidden.
How
I'm-
far away is it?
Yeah.
30 feet.
Okay, well, let's walk over there.
Yeah.
So you get closer to it.
I have blindsight up to 10 feet though. So.
Yes.
And I have alert. I keep feeling the need to mention this excessively and
Yes, you
ad
do.
nauseum.
You cannot be
Yes.
surprised.
I
understand.
cannot. And have I
Um,
mentioned that I cannot be surprised?
So you get closer, and
As long as I'm conscious.
I'm going to
which
allow
I
you
am.
to keep your current perception roll for now, although any further ones you'll have to roll again. As you get closer to the actual storefront and you look up to the top, you can see the corpse of someone, or what used to be someone, in the area up there on that balcony. It looks like they've been gnawed and chewed apart. There's just some bones. There's bits and pieces of flesh here and there. Their head is sitting on the table, and it looks like it has been posed and maybe used as a toy. You see the telltale signs of a demon that might have been in this area, and it seems they grew bored waiting for someone to trigger their trap and left.
Oh. Well, that's fun.
Hmm.
I'm gonna like take the head off of the table and put it next to the body.
Ew. Why? Okay.
It kind of goes, and you notice its jaw like twitch for a second, and then it just
Ugh.
rolls to the side and hits the ground.
Hell is hellish.
And Torm's nearby. So I think like Lomaros will bow his head and just say, Torm, take this soul into your arms. Wait, is it a warrior or is it a person? Just like a
This
regular
was
person.
just a regular person.
Oh, who is the god of civilization?
There's a variety of them.
Yeah.
I'm an atheist, and I don't.
Gosh darn it. No, there's a god of cities. What's his name?
Yeah, with the gear.
Well, that's
Aminator. It's a strange.
Hey.
How about we
which
just
is why it's
say,
always
may
hard.
the appropriate god take thee, and let's get the fuck out of here.
Aminator.
Aminator. Yeah.
Aminator?
Aminator.
Aminator.
That's how it's described in the.
Aminator.
Aminator.
So, Aminator. Just say, Aminator, take this soul into your orderly embrace, and then we'll turn. How can we set that trap off?
After finishing your prayer, the jaw kind of
Shit.
clicks, and its head twists and looks at you and says,
Son of a bitch.
"There are no escapes for you here."
Oh, god damn it.
The trap was trapped with the. What's happening? What is this? The thing? What is this? What did we do?
The skull of the corpse has just responded due to your call to a god from hell.
Oh, okay, cool. Gonna respond to the talking skull, and just say, you may have pulled this city into hell, but so long as the faithful. So long as the flock maintain their faith, the gods will not abandon them.
Oh.
And then we'll stomp on the skull.
You go to stomp, right, as it opens its mouth, and it's like, all mortals crack, and you crunch its skull all over the ground.
Ugh. Is that every time?
Do you want to examine the trap to see if we can at least get that silver sword?
Yep. Gonna disarm the trap.
Can we
So
disarm
you
a magical
move
trap?
over to it. It is a magical trap.
I don't know. We could just flip it over. Although I am scared. How about this? I would like to steal from it its sword and its belt without moving it off of the sigil.
Actually, time out. Why bother doing that? We have people who are magical inclined. We can just get them.
Okay.
We were able to get here with relative ease. One of us can just go there, and one person can kind of sit here, up there.
Okay. You go ahead.
Cool.
And yeah, I'm not disturbed by any of this. I'm just gonna have a sit.
Are you okay, dear?
Oh, yep. Just it's gross. You also have some brain matter on your boot.
Yes. Just like flick it off.
Anyway,
All right, so
I'll be right here, champ.
you're going to stay there at the cafe and kind of hide in the area where the corpse is?
Not kinda, but like really, yeah. I'm hiding. I'm gonna hide on the balcony.
Okay. So you hide upon the balcony. Give me a high or low, please.
Son of a bitch.
Low.
Okay. Excellent. We'll come back to that in a moment. Thilmaris, you turn and start. You're gonna not go to the church. You're gonna go back to your party at the moment while Ness watches
get
the
them
area.
and bring them over here.
Okay.
Maybe some anti-magic stuff, and then get the food, and then go somewhere else.
Okay. So you start heading back. Go ahead and give me another stealth roll as you make your way back, with your pass without trace still running.
Ooh, that's a 39.
39. Excellent. It's gonna be hard to
This is why I let you go. Sneaky's not my thing.
So we see Thulmaris moving back through the streets and heading back towards the bakery where everybody else is at. And partway through this, the sensation of knives rides across your skin. Please give me a wisdom saving throw.
Son of a bitch.
I'm sure that feels great on your boiling
Ah,
skin.
damn it. 12.
A powerful sensation of fear washes over you, and your legs become like jelly as you see this figure on mounted horseback, move right out in front of you, and
Throws a pumpkin at you and runs.
you see his spear drop. You see him laying the lance, not spear. The lance comes down in front of him. You see the horse whinny and flames burst across the street in front of him. And he begins rushing in your direction incredibly quickly. With you unable to move, your knees shaking. He zips right past you, and you see flames just across your form. Just didn't quite notice where you're at on the side of the street as the barrels and boxes nearby immediately set ablaze as this thing rushes past. And you hear the sound of the lance going into something, metal screeching, and you hear shouting and fighting behind you. If you'd like to move back in that direction, you could go find out what happened, or you can continue along your way.
Sometimes you need to mind the business that pays you, and that's not paying me. So let's go get my friends.
Like, you try to just casually sneak away, but it turns into one of those, he's right behind me, he's right behind me, and you're like moving a lot faster than you should be, and you start booking it up the street.
Do I know what that was?
Give me a religion check.
I would love to. No, just 14.
14. What would be the difficulty of understanding this particular one? I have to look at it one more time real quick.
One more time.
I'm gonna celebrate.
So it definitely resonated with you. With a 14, I'll give it to you with your history. You've seen images of these things in depictions of the wars in the Hells. Like there's a tapestry at home that would sometimes show that you'd use for education. This is what the war looks like down in hell at the moment between demons and devils. This is the reason why you got wrapped on your knuckles so often, was making sure there's a distinction. That was a Hell Knight. They are basically some of the frontline and more powerful cavalry members of the war in hell. You don't really know anything other than that. You don't know their true name. You don't know any other specifics. They are on the back of a nightmare, a flying, magical, demonic steed that they have bound to their will. It's incredibly powerful, and you're lucky that you passed without being murdered by it.
Yep, just moving.
Yeah, this is
color drained from his face. Just like prayers just being shouted at every god in the world.
So just as a reminder, you are in hell, and there are things here that are significantly outside of your level range. This one's like a level 12 enemy, so...
Ooh, please no.
You're good. You have survived at the moment. Not to mention there's also a nightmare attached to it. So that's like a challenge rating 9, I think?
Yeah, great. Love that for me.
So you move past, and we're going to switch back over to Whistle. Whistle, you've had your moment of grief. What do you do with the remains of your cousin?
I don't think there's much they can do. I think they would just repile the bricks up as best as they can. They're very far removed from their families. Like their family would try to be far more religious than Westell ever was. Mm-hmm. They try to remember some probably very broken prayers or something that they are only kind of doing because it's the motions, not because they actually believe in it. Mm-hmm. And then they probably would just, depending on how big the store is, if the store is as big as they can see it, they just glance around. But if not, they might take a moment to look for anyone else that might be in the store, like if there's an upstairs or downstairs, things like that. But once they're kind of done with those couple of things, they would try to head back.
So you do see in the store a few other individuals that seem to have perished as well in whatever catastrophe occurred that had taken your cousin's life. They looked like they were people that were just shopping in the location. You think that the moment that this arrived in El Terrell is likely when they died. because it's still so much of a scene of these people were here, they were shopping, they weren't running from something, there wasn't anything else happening. Part of the building collapsed on them, and that was it. So they've been dead a while.
Okay. Yeah, I think once they realize it's like, okay, they're dead, they're not related to me. Sad, but not as sad. Head back.
All right, you move back through the streets just in time to bump into Thulmaris as the two of you make your way out in front of the bakery. And Valen, you've stood up, shaking yourself off, and you all converge in the city streets right out in front of the bakery, where you can hear some delightful music coming from within as Willoughby continues practicing.
Mm, mm, mm. There's a safe way. Very little trouble getting to where we need to go. We should get the others and go fast, very fast.
Thulmaris looks very shaken by something.
I think Wistow just nods and just keeps walking.
And Valen, you know that you saw the Hell Knight charge in the direction that that Thulmaris just came from.
So you just saw what I just saw.
Hell Knight?
Yeah.
I would prefer to not see it again.
Then we should be on our way.
Quickly. Very quickly. Ness is right next to the temple. There's a magical trap, but there's a Hell Knight with a silver sword. A dead Hell Knight with a silver sword that
Hellrider.
might be... Hellrider. There's a Hellrider with a silver sword that we wanted to get, but there's a magical trap there and needed magical people to undo the trap.
Okay.
We should
lead the
we should
way.
get them.
So you're gonna grab the others from within and have them come out from within as well.
I would just be like, it's time to go, everyone, while I still have this spell going.
Okay. Venture. Willoughby, do you have anything to say as he escorts you out?
She's deep in her process right now, so she's working lyrics in the brain and giving little hums until somebody elbows her to shut her up.
Oh, Thulmaris would like catch the humming immediately and just like fingers to lips, and you just see this like wild-eyed fear on his face.
Oh,
We can wait. That can wait.
okay.
Let's go back and just we'll fill them in on what we saw. So there were the Boliters?
The other demons that are in,
things.
you're right.
Yeah,
They were the Bulazaus.
Olazaus. There, the Hell Knight. Gosh darn it. The Hell Knight over there. And the magical trap with the Hell Knight with some fancy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the talking skull.
And the talking skull. There's a lot
I
that
can
happened in a
use
short period of
that.
time. So
I crushed it.
You head back up the street, and on your way back, you're sitting inside of the cafe waiting for your friends, Ness, and you're looking out over the city. You can see city rooftops. You're a little high up from this position. You can see off in the greater distance there is a large bridge that just spans the gap between a massive crevice that separates the two sides of the city. On the other side of the city, there is an open view of a square, like a courtyard, that looks like there's a section of the city that had collapsed and fallen down into the hole, but there's still square walls around each side. There's a large fence, and inside of it you see individuals wearing that same white and crimson armor that Valen wears, currently in the middle of fighting against some figures that are rushing up the side of the chasm and trying to attack them in distance. And as they sit there and fight back and forth, it's over relatively quickly. The soldiers seem to have come out on the top, and they start pushing people down inside. One of them happens to be standing there and like talking to the others, obviously too far away for you to see it. But all of them are wearing a red sash around their right arm.
I can't
Mm.
help but
Oh,
Now you're muted.
Shannon, you're
it
muted.
again.
Shannon was muted.
Yes,
Oh.
you're muted, Shannon.
I
can't
can't
hear you.
help but
Yeah.
to notice that they have red sashes, much like the new one I see on your hilt. Valen.
It was just Ness that saw that as you guys are getting
Oh.
back to there, because she was currently watching out over the city as she waited. I still can't hear you. What happened? Well, I think at this point it's a good time to
Rude.
go take a break. So we'll be back in 10 minutes, and I'm sure we'll have our issues resolved by then. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. We'll see you all in just a couple of minutes. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. We're back in hell, having a wonderful time.
So nice.
So great, so nice, just so great, so great.
Definitely giving it 2 thumbs up on TripAdvisor.
Exactly, 2 thumbs up. Right
Up
up your
somewhere.
So you find your way outside the actual temple of Torm.
Well, I was in a balcony
And you are upon the balcony, yes.
seeing stuff.
Let's see.
I had what I had asked when my mic decided to take an unsanctioned break was if there was some sort of writing utensil somewhere and like a piece of paper, because the machination in my brain was to try to maybe send, if the range isn't too far, Archimedes over to, I'm assuming, the Hell Knights with a message.
So the Hellriders across the bay are
Hellriders.
They're a lot farther away than the 100-foot range
Okay.
of the spell for communication. I mean, he could try to fly over there, though. I think he can go outside of it, but
I'm a little less cavalier about maybe killing this familiar. I don't know.
okay.
Yeah.
So there is paper and stuff, though, nearby.
Okay.
Some napkins.
Well, yeah, I'm not, I suppose, thinking about it and then judging the distance and then what I know about familiars, I will have the thought and then push it away.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna note that. While I'm looking out that direction, can I see if there's some way that we might be able to traverse that bridge that is not just over the bridge? Like, is there, was the bridge being repaired and there's scaffolding underneath it, or, some handy dandy handholds? Or I am a thief, and so as part of my thieves training would be to determine alternate routes.
Yeah, give me a perception check. We'll see what you can find out.
That's a 29.
29. So there are two bridges. You can only see the northernmost one. There's one to the north, and there's one to basically your direct west from here, but you can't quite see it.
The one I was looking at was it was going to be the one that I was already looking at.
Yeah. So on that one, you can see a section of the bridging that's this stone arch underneath. There is some workers scaffolding attached to it. You're not sure how good a shape it is in, nor what it might require for the other allies of yours to make it across that way, but you could attempt it. You do see a cadre of devils like milling about on top of the bridge.
Devils or demons?
With a 29, I'd say devils, because demons don't stay still long enough.
So there's just devils.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if that's better or worse.
They'll at least talk to you.
Do they look particularly friendly?
Not particularly. From this distance, it's hard to tell, but you do think you see at least two more of those wiggly bearded devil guys.
I thought those were demons.
Those were devils.
Ah, I need like an org chart here.
We need a mnemonic device to remember the difference.
We
like
do.
Stalactite hangs tight to the ceiling. Stalagmite, you might trip. We need something similar.
Yeah.
There's something
Mites.
strange. From this distance, with a 29, I will grant you a little bit of insight to the bridge. But you're going to need to get closer to identify more. So as you're kind of like moving your head back and forth and you're looking at the bridge, along the sides and along the actual thoroughfare, the road that crosses the actual bridge itself, you see that there's like a shimmering that almost seems to be like really tiny lettering. Like as you move your head back and forth, it's like when you're looking at the surface of water and it changes color because there's oil on it or something. So there's something on that bridge that is arcane. But you can't tell more than that from here.
Archimedes.
Turns.
Can Wistel do the see through your eyes thing?
Nods its head.
Would you, without killing yourself, preferably, go and see if you can get a better look at the shimmery arcane thing on the bridge and then project it to Wistel?
It kind of like preens a little bit, then it pecks you once on top of the head, and it.
Sorry, please, thank you.
So it begins flying over towards the bridge and gets a good eyeful. So, Whistle, you and the others have gotten closer. You can now see a corpse in the middle of the street, and you see off to the side, like the cafe that Thulmaris had pointed out in your direction. You hadn't come across the Hell Knight, so you just have the dead Hellrider on the street. Valen, you recognize him immediately as the Captain Egan. It's a Hellrider that you've worked with on occasion. He is very much dead, and his trusted sword is strapped to the front of his chest like a,
Trap.
as like a trap. Yeah, it's really just put out there, presented in a way to show off how pretty it is to draw people in. That was a reward he got for actually attaining his rank of captain.
Can I pick it up?
Valen immediately walks over and goes to grab the sword.
I didn't say can I. I didn't say I am.
Thelmaris grabs his shoulder before he walks over there.
And like points down at the arcane sigils.
Oh, yes. That is quite a problem, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the sigil that you guys were talking about to try to remove magic?
Yes.
Is that this sword? Okay.
As you're like, we're getting ready.
Their
to
grabby
go
hands,
trigger
paladin.
the trap.
Ooh, shiny.
I could have gotten a dancing rapier. Okay. Always trying to stop me from getting something nice.
Whistle, you take a couple steps forward. You see this individual laying in the midst of the street, and then suddenly your vision just changes, like someone changed the channel, and now you're flying and swooping back and forth, and you see a big bridge in front of you, and upon it you can see a couple of glinting runes. Give me a history check or an arcana, whichever's better for you.
Arcana.
9.
Big 9 with a 2.
And
11.
11. That's not good enough. You look at that and you wonder why you're getting dizzy.
Is there
basically.
inspiration?
We still have that one party inspiration if you want to use that.
I make a if y'all want to use it there, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, this is Silver Sword. Let's go.
I think that's useful. Yeah.
Okay.
Seems important with the
All
bridge.
right.
That's our last inspiration as a party.
Oh,
Damn.
Oh,
better.
That's a 12.
It was one better.
It
It was that close, right, Ty?
Yes, that was
Yep.
not no, actually. Looking at it, you don't understand what the bird's trying to show you. You with that level of a roll, I will give you a perception check. So you're now seeing through your bird's eyes. The owl, Archimedes.
It's like the
flying
perception.
over.
Certainly, there is something that is being shown to me here.
Indeed. All right, what's your perception check, Whistle?
My perception. Oh boy. 10.
10. Okay, with a 10, you can count. There is 5 devils on the near side of the bridge and 5 devils on the far side of the bridge, which equals 10 devils you can see.
I did it.
And
It's not what I was trying to show you, but that's good. It's fine.
Archimedes turns and flies back as like one of the devils turns and fires off an arrow at it. It just kind of swoops back in your direction.
Serpentine! Flight equivalent of serpentine!
Okay, and then your vision comes back to you. What is everybody doing right now?
Okay, I see them now. If
You
they're
can see them
at
all
the-
standing in the street in front of you, yeah.
Ooh, there's a songbird nearby.
Oh my god, guys!
Up there.
Point and see Ness like standing on a balcony, just not too far from you.
Are they clear? Like, because I'm at a vantage point.
At the moment, yes, they're kind of gathered around the corpse in the middle of the street, though. Venture, you've seen these traps set up before, by the way, primarily by demons, as they.
And I'm sure they're great and easy to dispel. If
You've never-
someone were to be able to dispel magic.
You've never tried doing it without dispel magic, but you could attempt it.
I don't have dispel magic. I'm not. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'd like to dispel magic, please.
All right, so you walk over in front of the.
I didn't
sigil
realize
and
I
you
had
just-
it. Awkward.
I'm gonna give them guidance.
Aw, dude.
Let's take a look at your dispel
I don't know if they
magic.
need to roll for it. I'm just like making sure.
I don't think so.
And if that doesn't work, we still has it. You're muted.
Well, I
Ryan.
assume Westel might be
I actually don't
a
have the
little
spell. I could
owl
just
sick, car sick.
Yeah, you have to make a DC
I could
10
just-
plus spells level. Go ahead and give me your charisma.
I could just mage
roll.
hand it and just push it
You
over.
know, Venture, you are the
I do it with sticks.
best at this. I have complete and utter faith in you, Bardic Inspiration.
And bardic inspiration.
Oh, I don't think they need it.
That is
Nah.
a 20. All right, not a big deal. So Venture, you move forward. What does it look like when you cast your dispel magic? Give us that.
Yeah, I think it's just like a real quick wave of the hand and like kind of like black sparkles. Like if you were to have, yeah, it's really cute because the rest of her spells are not. So it's just like a quick like little black sparkles that like dissipates and almost leaves like a film on the sword itself, like black sparkly film.
All right.
Before kind of like seeping into it and popping a magic lock almost.
Okay, so the trap was underneath the corpse, not on the sword. If you were targeting the sword to dispel magic, some people might be
I was
sad.
just targeting the magic.
Yeah. But it was through the sword because it's silver, so it amplified it because
I'm-
we're in hell and
I'm
it's
going
pure.
to
it's
assume
pretty.
that
And
it was
pretty.
just yeah. So you dispel the arcane sigil from beneath this corpse, recognizing that it would have caused gouts of flame, hellfire to spray up into the sky. And And you see the sigil fade, and then it's just the corpse on the ground.
I don't need the sword. I was just doing it because someone else wanted the sword.
Yes. So there's a pouch of something that looks important. There was the sword.
Mm-hmm.
There was a pouch and the sword were the two.
Pouch and
Yeah.
a sword. That
Like,
was it.
well,
primarily.
the belt with pouches that of things that could be valuable. I
I
think.
do
was the
suggest
quote.
we grab whatever we need to grab quickly and not stand out in the middle of the street for more than we need to be.
I'm
Yes.
gonna
It's very wise.
when Philmaris looks up when I whistle.
Mhm.
I'm going to do a hand signal that I'm gonna stay here and keep watch while they go in to grab things,
Okay. We should go in and get the food.
So
and then I
you-
will call if there's a problem, or I'll send the owl. Did he make it back?
Yeah, the owl has landed back on Whistel's shoulder. So you take the sword, Thilmaris? Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Can I?
Can you what now?
And the pouch.
I want the owl back because
Okay.
I'm gonna send the owl in if there are people out here with death in their intentions.
Okay.
Wait, these are my people, though, right?
No, these
Like,
are Thom.
This was
Torm.
a Hellrider.
Oh.
So you have the Captain Silver Longsword now, and upon holding it, give me an Arcana check to identify what's up with it.
Cool. I'm not going to do well, but cool. 8.
You have no idea. It does seem to have some sort of
Shiny.
infused capabilities. An artificer seems
Mhm.
to have gotten its hands on it.
Whistel might be better at doing.
Yeah. But we need to get food. That's more important.
No, we need to know what's a shiny.
Shiny sword can wait.
Oh,
Put shiny sword on back and
And
pocket the pouch.
in the pouch, you just grab the pouch. There's only a couple of items in there. There's some gold coins. So there's 35 gold coins, and there is a icy blue potion.
Icy
You
blue
should drink
potion.
that without knowing anything about it.
Somebody just chug it right now.
Yeah, so it probably
Yeah,
tastes
it'd be
like blue
fine.
raspberry. It's probably great.
My favorite. Let's go. No.
I'm gonna hold on to that.
Okay. So you have a bunch of potions and things on you now too.
Yeah, I'm a fucking apothecary shop.
collected all
of
kinds of
things.
You
stuff.
klepto.
You got the deck of
Why?
cards from Keen you've never opened. You guys all have like a bunch of random magic items. So you find yourself out in front of the Riverside Refuge, and as you walk up to it, you can see that there's a lot of collapsed rubble. There's a few corpses. There's some individuals who have been murdered here, with some demons that are dead in front and around them. But the main entrance of the building appears to have collapsed inward. It's going to take some ingenuity to clear that, or you're going to need to find another way in. So, what do you attempt
can
to
I
do?
see a way in from up top?
From up where you're at, give me a perception check.
26.
Nice.
Wait.
With a 26,
I'm a really good lookout.
with the 26, you can tell that there is a section where there was a great large stained glass window on the side of the building that has been shattered in. If someone were to climb up the side and the edge of the building, they could climb down in through the shattered glass window.
To Thalmaris, more hand gestures because
Mhm.
thieves. Broken glass. You can go in. That way.
Gotcha. And we'll just like do. Is there climbing up? Is it a drop down?
It is a drop. It's about a 15-20 foot drop.
Great, I have rope. And
We
just,
remembered this time. There's
I rope to something stable and what's that? Rappel
Rappel.
down?
hell.
Okay. Give me an athletics check with advantage.
Is everyone gonna go with Thalmaris? I'm just concerned of the standing in the middle of the road, as
17.
was previously stated.
So, yes, are you all staying out in the middle of the road, or are you planning on moving into the building as well?
Into the building.
Willamy?
Sure.
Building?
We'll go in.
Venture?
yeah.
This is a holy place, yes?
Yeah.
I will not go in the building.
Oh, really?
I'll stay right outside in a slightly more hidden position.
Okay.
You can be on the balcony.
You can go up there with Ness.
I want to not be near Ness either. I'll take demons over Ness currently. Thank you.
Wow.
I've been
Not
here
a
for
bad
3.5 weeks.
decision.
I'll take demons. At least that's the demon I know and not the demon I don't. Thank you very much.
And
I
Whistle,
mean, not wrong.
what are you attempting to do? You gonna follow him in? You gonna stay outside? Something else you want to do?
I think I would just stay outside with Venture.
Okay. So you kind of
We'll make sure we're not in the middle of the street.
okay. You stay.
I'll leave
not
my
in-
my dire wolf out there with them too.
Okay. Like pads over and crouches
Puppy.
down next to both of you. Santa's not out at the moment, right?
No.
Okay. So you climb up the side of the building with Valen. Valen, can you also give me an athletics with advantage, please? Vilmaris got a 17. 16. Excellent. You can roll one more time because you have advantage, but it's not necessary. You still succeeded already at the moment. So you make
Willamie's
your
also
way.
there. I don't know if she needs to roll.
All right, Willamie as well. Please roll. I apologize.
Unless she
for
rolls
having
bad,
forgotten.
then forget I brought
And
up that
then
she's
you
bad.
don't have to roll at
I was
all.
gonna
It's-
say.
Oh,
That's perfectly fine. So all of you make it up over the wall, down inside to the ground level. The crunching of shattered glass underfoot kind of emphasizes every step you're taking. You can see old pews that are damaged off to the side. There was a large section cordoned off in the back corner. There's a bunch of big boxes, barrels, crates, things that are kind of situated there. And you see a small figure inside the building itself, halfling, up towards the front of or actually the rear of the building. And there's an imp sitting on the box in front of him. And you hear the two of them like talking to one another. They haven't noticed you yet at the moment. So the halfling's going, "Really? That's all you have to. I mean, that's a lot. I don't know if my soul. I mean, is my soul worth more than a month's worth of food? I mean, you could give me a little more than the imp just goes. Souls, dime a dozen. I get 'em here. I get 'em there. You want the food for your family or not? If you do, pay up. Contract right here. And he like flaps a little piece of skin like in front of. Just sign here with your fingertip, please.
just checking around. Do I see more imps and or demonic presences? Actually, no. I will like elbow Valen because Valen's the one who could actually do
You
this.
can just use divine sense, yeah.
Exactly.
To tell if there's any more nearby. So you get bumped, Valen.
And
Yes.
just kind of like, we'll just do like devil radar.
Yes. I will cast divine sense.
As your divine sense washes over you, you can only feel
Smells
the one
divine.
imp right in here with you, but you can feel other demons and devils outside of this building in various parts of the city, not that far away.
I just want to kill this imp already.
Yeah, I mean, with that information, I'm gonna just like line up the shot.
You take a shot?
If the halfling looks like he's about to sign the contract, I'm just gonna like shoot to the contract into the imp's head.
Ooh, drama.
Gunshot goes off. Please give me an attack with advantage. The imp hadn't noticed you yet.
Head, hand crossbow, not the arbalist.
Okay.
Be very
Thank
specific
you.
about
Hand
that.
crossbow.
I was
Got it.
concerned for a moment that might be loud.
Yeah, I was not trying to deal with that nonsense. We'll just add +7 to this.
Is your hand crossbow not on there at the moment?
No, it's just the arbalist.
I will have to adjust that.
But yeah, but bleep beep. Oh, and at advantage. So that's a 18 to hit.
You have hit.
Lovely.
Go ahead and roll for damage for me. And
Oh.
there's your hand crossbow. It should be on there now. You can.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I
Dink.
got a 6.
And this
8.
thing hits the imp. It like hisses at you and goes, fuckers always interrupting a good thing. You have one action you can take since you guys have the drop on him, both Valen and Willoughby. Valen, what do you do?
Mute. You're mute.
You are muted.
Yes, we cannot hear thee.
I have a longbow.
That's nice.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Give us an attack with your longbow, please. Thwap! You hit. Roll for damage. And your arrow just right through its big bulbous head. It wanders back and forth for a second, and then just falls over.
We've seen chickens do that.
The individual now looks over you and goes, "What have you done? What have you done? He was gonna give us food. He was gonna take care of my family. What am I gonna do about Merwile? What am I gonna do?"
We'll like push Valen forward as the paladin to speak and calm this person while I go look for food.
And I'll say, you shouldn't have to give your soul for something you desperately will need, especially in hell. We will get you food.
So you go over to speak with the halfling. Ulmaris begins to search for food. Willoughby, what are you doing?
She actually is going to also comfort the halfling and then introduce the halfling to the new song that she's writing so that we can start spreading it.
Give me a performance roll.
Is my shield, or I'm sorry, my Hellriders thing very obvious on me? Or
You had it covered with your cloak for a long time, so it's not super obvious unless you want it to be.
Okay.
present.
I'm gonna move that aside and make sure it's obvious, and just so this person can know we're here to help, and I'm,
So you show the sigil of your Hellriders uniform, and he goes, "No, not you again, not you again. I know what you did. And he like backs up a little bit further into the room.
What do you mean you know what I did?
I saw them.
We
Not you. Your organization. The high overseer. He did this on purpose. He did this, and they did it with him. The others, they did it with him."
Well, I didn't. And I'm here to help him make it right.
I don't believe it when I see it, buddy. It's sick to my stomach. The song starts to go off, and he immediately like turns and starts to listen a little bit. What is this? If you will, please give me a perception or an investigation, Thelmaris.
Oof.
13. First thing you notice is you move over.
Plus, oh hey, why did you not roll? There you go. No, it's not rolling. There you go.
15.
So 15.
Good. That was the DC. So the first thing you notice as you kind of move over towards where the imp was is that a blackened coin with a silver inlay in the center, with a definite sense of energy washing off of it, is laying upon the ground, as this thing had collected a soul already, and this is a soul coin.
Pick it up, put it in pocket.
Kind of vibrates and fills you with a sense of sick energy. And as you look over to the side, you can see the boxes and barrels and things that it had been sitting on and protecting. Some of them still seem to be filled with goods and food, but they all have similar sigil to what you saw outside underneath the corpse in the street, emblazoned upon them somewhere. They are also magically trapped.
That's fucked up.
Seriously.
Gosh.
At this point, I'm trying to make sure this person knows that we're good, and like I'm not part of what the overseer did. So I'm gonna actually reach into my priest pack and grab out a day's worth of rations and hand it to this person and say, "Please share this with your family. We are here to help, I promise. And I'm
Share
gonna
this
hand it
with
to
my
him.
family. Well, this will get us some distance. Thank you very much, good sir. I don't suppose you have a place me and my family could stay? We're kind of hiding from place to place right now, and it's not going well. I can't fight.
Balin, is this place desecrated? I'm assuming so, but
Give me a
you would
religion
know.
check.
Then-
Give me a religion check.
Oh,
Okay.
if this is religion, then I could actually do that.
Yeah.
Great. 18.
Excellent. And Valen, did you want to roll as well?
Sure.
You can't tell.
Distracted by the sadness.
Valen's a bit distracted, but Delmaris, you absolutely feel that this place has been desecrated.
Son of a bitch. Um,
Can
Somebody
we
could. I'm not there, but just saying.
blast?
We also just discovered perhaps an oversight on some parts of people that the children are still at the bakery.
Mhm.
oh, we're just
Wait.
gonna say that they came with us and are currently hiding in the
I was just
attic
thinking
where
we could
he-
send the halfling and his family to the bakery with the kids.
That is
Whoa,
that
whoa.
is yeah.
That works.
Venture showing you this fun hidey hole is not an open invitation to tell everyone to fucking go there. Hold on.
Shut up, soul
That's
coins.
my hidey
lady.
hole.
You're outside. You don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, if it's desecrated, I can actually go inside, but I don't know that, so.
Look here, we're not here to stay all day long. We're here to fix this shit and move on. So it's just temporary.
So you will need to remove the traps from the
Yes,
crates.
which requires venture.
Yep.
So we'll
So you climb back
and we'll-
out. Well, as you go to climb back out, the halfling looks over. He goes, "There's another way in. It's through a crack in the back of the building."
and we'll like point. Can you show me? What is
Yeah.
your name?
Yeah. My name's Hallister.
Hallister. Lead on.
Okay. He like escorts you to a section where this portion of the wall has cracked and sunk into the ground somewhat, leaving a very small gap, large enough to fit a person through if they duck down a little bit. For halfling, not a problem at all. So he escorts you outside. You can see his wife and 3 children hiding in the bushes nearby.
I will give him my last 4 good berries and just say this should be a day's worth of food. And we'll go get venture.
That's thank you, sir. And they like pop them in and start eating them. Do you stay with the family, Valen, or do you? Okay,
Yeah, I'll stay with the family just because we're waiting for them to come back.
Willamie, what are you doing? So you're playing the music, and as you like move around behind them and head outside, so everybody's out there. Do you continue playing?
No, I think she'll stop when she goes outside, but she will say, "Hey, remember the song. Sing it to each other. Sing it to your friends. Pass it on. It's a message of hope because we are here to help."
Not Willamie guerrilla marketing this fucking
Oh,
song.
hell yeah.
And Hallister like looks over you and goes, "It's a lovely song. But who is this hero you speak of?"
Well, she's hiding out front, but she doesn't want to be seen. So, just think of us.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, if you're a hero in hell, you probably make a pretty big target.
Exactly. And if she gets picked up, then it's impossible for her to do her job and rescue everybody.
It's good to know there are good people out there that are fighting to get things to return to normal or better than they are right now.
Exactly. And her plan is to bring you all back home.
Excellent. I could definitely want to. I mean, I could.
And
I'm
Valen's just
assuming
going to
we're
look
gonna
over to
be-
Willamie and say, "And not in a soul coin."
And Hallister's like, "I'm sure we're in good hands. I'm so glad to hear that there are grand heroes out there like this venture."
Exactly. Now
Valen
go
gets a
spread the
little
good word.
pissed off.
Be safe.
Well, where are we supposed to go?
And Willoughby will give directions to the bakery because Venture isn't there to stop her.
Okay. And Hallister and Mary Weil, his wife, and the 3 kids all kind of trundle out into the streets and then start very, as stealthily as possible, hurrying in the direction of the bakery, consuming good berries on their way. So everybody kind of walks out at this point from around the back side of the building to see Ness, you're up on the balcony, to see Venture and Whistle kind of standing down below still. You didn't see anybody coming through the streets at the moment. You saw a few explosions off in the distance. But I do want a perception check from Venture, Whistle, and Ness for right before everybody arrives.
Say perception.
Yes, please.
21.
Yep,
4 from
3.
Whistle.
Or 4, rather. Yeah.
21 from Ness, and 9 from Venture. We're going to say it's because Ness had the high ground and nobody else was able to see this.
Yeah.
So, Ness, from your position, your vaunted advantageous position, looking south of here, a decent ways down the road and through a gap you can see between an alleyway, you notice that there's this crowd of shambling individuals that are all chasing down a demon, and then they pounce on top of it, and even though they're kind of being carved into pieces by the demon's blades, they keep fighting anyway, and you realize there are zombies in the streets now fighting demons too.
Fuck.
You know what doesn't make zombies? Soul coins. If I had those fucking souls in my soul coins, there wouldn't be goddamn zombies in this house, okay? Thank you.
That's not how the undead work, dear.
Yeah, you don't have to have a soul to be a zombie. Ask a cleric.
I actually would rather never talk to one than kill.
Why don't we all? Oh, I'm not here. Just kidding.
That also wasn't what Venture
That was
said.
Ness. Ness saw that. Nobody else has seen it at the moment. But you do see
How
your friends.
far, and are they coming in this direction?
They were moving away from you, heading further south, and they were a good 5-6 blocks away.
That's not that far, but that's fine. They're going in the opposite direction. So I'm just going to keep that to myself.
Okay.
I mean, I will tell people, but it doesn't seem necessary to holler. Like, oh, a horde of zombies is coming. Everybody but Venture, get out of the way.
We got demons and
Wow.
devils and natural disasters and unnatural
This is why I leave
disasters
it
and
outside.
zombies.
This
Do you
is the
feel the
worst.
love?
We will be able
Elturel
to...
sucks.
Yeah. We will be able to eventually bond on apparent dislike of gods, Anna, so we can...
So
Venture
everybody
fucking
has
hates
Fucking gods.
coalesced back into one single unit as you all move back together. Nest, do you stay up on the balcony or do you move down with everybody else?
I'm gonna chill here until basically the last moment we're gonna leave the area, because there's a lot going on.
There
Here.
absolutely is.
So yeah,
much.
I'm not bored, is what I'm saying.
And Venture, you see them all walking up in your direction right at that point in time. You see a family of halflings like sprint past you and go down the street the way you came from.
I'll keep an eye on them, by the way.
Okay.
Venture, need your help again? There are some more magical traps of what I'm assuming is the food.
Grab my hand crossbow and go to shoot. No.
Do I get a feeling if I walk into that church, it's gonna be a "Hey God, it's me, your boy" situation? Am I gonna get smote?
You
If
don't
I-
know.
walk
no
in?
Why would
idea.
you
Do I
be
have a feeling?
smote by a god?
I have a feeling. Well, I'm just curious.
Give me a perception check.
So when you guys were in there, was God like home?
No,
Was God there? Did he say he was mad at me?
that was an empty box. God does not live in that house.
There is a crawling sensation on your skin, Venture, but it doesn't seem dangerous.
Okay, cool. I'll go in then.
As you
I
walk
mean, there
inside,
are
you get
many
like
gods.
shivers for a moment.
Doesn't matter.
Ugh.
I am not a fan of any of them. Okay.
You
I'll
find
go to
yourself
the
inside
food
the House of Torm, and you can see that there are a few different sigils on these boxes and crates that look like they were just donations for food for people during the drive.
Well, I have a very limited number of third level spell slots that are required to unlock this. So we gotta choose which boxes we think are the most important.
Mhm. I will say that give me an Arcana check before you continue this.
Okay. 11.1.
Hey.
So I'm going to say that
Right.
these traps are less impactful than what you saw outside. They
Okay.
are weaker, and all you need to do is target the box setup as a whole to disenchant them.
Oh, cool.
It won't require multiple spells for this one.
Well, then I'll do that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
The Avenger moves near these things, tosses those black sparkles across the surface of the boxes, crates, and barrels, and you see like the little sigils of arcane energy just burn out across the edges of the barrels and fade away.
Hmm.
Definitely
Wistel.
working this into the song.
You have now collected 300 days rations.
Woo!
Ooh.
I would like to replenish my one that I gave away.
299
Dig through the
days.
box.
No,
There you
it's
go.
fine. We'll be fine. 300 boxes. Wistel, darling,
Bag of holding.
we're gonna need to. Wait, does someone have a bag, or are we just stuck with the bottle?
Bottle alone, I believe.
Yeah. Bottle it up.
If we use the bottle, we'll have no place to retreat to if we need it.
Your bottle still has
Fair.
3 gnomish nightcaps in it and some gold.
Oh yes, that
A
is
bunch
true.
of gold, yeah.
We do have hats.
It's already partially filled as it is.
We
If
don't
you- if
have
you
much
were
of an
to-
option.
If you were to take this food and put it into your bottle, that would fill your bottle. You would no longer be able to use it for other things until you'd.
Can we put a
Spell.
little bit of the food into your bottle, Wistel, and then maybe have our friend the halfling help distribute food to other needy souls?
We don't have a base of operations
also
yet,
already
so I don't
have-
want to distribute anything until we find a place to hunker down. So we just rather put everything in the bottle, leave, and then find a place. A more solid
This is
headquarters.
probably the best place you're going to get. There is not many safe places you're going to have. If you need the place to hunker, this is one of maybe.
Ness
Well,
did
this-
see a potential safe place
Ooh!
across the bridge, though.
Well,
That's
Westell would have seen it, but I don't know with those rolls if he would have seen it. You know what I mean?
No, we still didn't see the old.
Just looking at the bridge. Why am I looking at a fucking bridge? He says.
Yeah, he didn't understand that.
It's
But
a
it was
bridge.
it was the place on the other side of the bridge where you saw Hellriders fighting demons
Yeah.
inside of a courtyard. It's a blocked and sealed courtyard area with a little barracks.
We need someplace over here first, because the bridge is a whole separate issue.
I would like to set alarm here,
Okay.
so I can at least cover one of our entrances to set off an alarm if someone comes in here.
There's only really
Um,
one good entrance other than the giant window that is broken on the side of the building. To
Well-
get in and out of here.
Is the glass still around?
Yeah, the shards are all over the ground.
Because I have the mending cantrip. I can kind of just mend the glass up the window,
Yeah.
and we could just secure this building.
At the very least, you'd have the sound of shattering glass if someone were to try to come back through
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll at least have that.
Crunch,
so
crunch.
it. Okay, so you mend the cathedral stained glass window.
Mm-hmm.
On mending the window, you see the brilliant and red, angry light from outside shining through on the symbol of Torm's raised fist up in the air in this light, large, whatever those things are called, mural,
Mhm.
basically, that shines light down into the main room where you're at. For some reason, it feels less oppressive in here now than it did before.
Do I just
Um,
see the window? Just
Well,
happened-
you see Thilmaris move over and like raising his hands. You can see pieces of the glass just.
Kind of
I can send I can send
Fantasia
message.
situation.
Yeah.
I can send message to Ness and be like, "We're staying here. You can come."
Oh yes.
Because you're
did
outside
Roger
still.
Oh yes. Ness, come in. Come in.
Okay.
She'll
You
come
said
in
there's
through
a
the
statue, right?
What's that?
You said there's a statue in the
Yeah,
middle?
there's a statue in the middle altar at the very center of the cathedral.
Like where someone could go pray
Yes.
to said God and possibly talk to one?
I mean, you could try.
Where is
I'm just
That's-
saying the last time you talked to a god did not go well.
You got a cursed shield, so
Does
I also got
anytime
some good stuff,
anyone
too.
talks to a god go well? They're kind of all dicks.
When
I wish
fixed
I
the
was there.
window-
That would have been
Well,
a point.
I am not screwed over feeling like all y'all are. So I am gonna go walk to the statue
Okay.
and say a little prayer for you, okay?
Say a little prayer for you. Please give me a D100 roll.
Before you do that, can I get in the building?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. So you,
But before
Well,
I get in the building,
you're coming in through the cracked entrance.
right? But before I do that, I want to make
Oh.
sure that I see the halflings go into the house,
they have
the bakery.
they have made it to the bakery without.
So wait, what am I rolling for
without
then?
issue.
You're
I'm
gonna
just
wait a
praying.
second until I get in the building.
No, I'm talking to Ty. I get it. Sure.
You
Sure,
are
sure.
going to be
Okay.
rolling for divine intervention.
Oh, I
Ooh.
am. Okay. I mean,
But also part of that is to just stop talking until I get in the building, Clint. Okay,
In case
so they're
things
good.
happen.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
So the halflings, the family got into the thing. The kids were there before, which they are hopefully aware of. I think Willoughby told them. Now, yes, I am gonna go, and I am now in the crack. Okay, and am in the building.
Welcome to our crack, Shannon.
You've
Thank
made it
you. It's a
through the
lovely crack. Okay, now we're good. I just wanted the party to be together before you start praying in hell.
Good idea.
85.
85.
You got an 85
funny,
on
I
his
was
divine
gonna-
intervention here.
I was going to pray in front of the stained glass window.
Everyone's having a pray.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the farthest point from both of the people praying? Because that is where Venture will be after the alarm has been set.
And Willoughby will be right next to Venture.
Please
And
stop.
so will Ness. But for different reasons.
Okay. You bow your head. You begin your prayer. What do you say, Valen?
What's the name of the god?
Hi,
Torm.
Daddy God.
Torm?
Torm.
Sky
Torm.
Daddy.
Torm.
Hi.
Hi, Daddy. It's me.
I just to say, Tom, God of this temple, please help. Please provide us information or guidance or bestow upon us something to help us further our cause to make right, to fix this desecrated place, to help the people here, and ultimately save the people of Ulteriel.
You feel like the statue is watching you, judging you.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like Torm may be gauging what he thinks of you. And so far, you have left him wanting.
Wanting?
He is not sure that you are a champion.
Okay. Fuck.
Do you pray out loud, Valen?
I think in this moment, usually no, but I think at this moment I would have,
Okay.
because it's it's a very desperate situation. I'm literally in hell.
Then I think you'll probably Fool will come up behind you and put his hands over yours and just resting
Like
his
Ghost?
yes, sort of. And just his head on the back of yours. And then we'll just say, Mighty Torm, O Lord in the way, enlighten me in times of unavoidable conflict, for I'll need your implacable conviction in the outcome we shall be a part of. Flood our hearts with courage to not fear death and make us stronger. Shine on our minds so that our acts of faith do not end in unaccomplished duty.
Please give me a D100 roll.
Sure.
Ness
Duty.
giggles at the word duty. Mm-hmm.
I was
Dude.
gonna
Like with
say
Belle.
the same thing, Shannon.
So was Brett.
The
We're all like,
hunting
did we just bond?
begins.
Is this This is bonding.
87. I got worse than him.
Are we going for low?
Yeah,
I know.
Is it,
For
I don't
the
know,
actual,
I'm-
for the typical divine intervention roll, you're trying to roll under your level in total percentage. However, I am doing something slightly different at the moment.
So you're level 6, you have to roll under 6%.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so divine
Nope.
intervention,
Yeah.
to have intervention,
Oh.
it gets easier as you get higher level, but that's basically it.
The newer version is a lot better. It just gives you a free 5th level spell or below.
Yeah, which isn't the same as the old version was.
Kai's deciding whether or not you're praying directly to a devil or not, an archdevil or not,
Great,
so that
love
you
that.
get a
So-
direct line to them, so that they come
I'm-
straight to the church.
Hello,
Oh,
Satan.
Zariel, we were looking for
Tyson.
you.
I'm gonna pull out that book that I have. It has the names
this a party
of all
line?
the souls,
The Codex,
the
Creed
codex,
Resolute, yeah.
and I'm going to hold it and say, I'm going to look at them and say, I had a chance to do something bad with this, and I chose to do the right thing to help these people, and yet here I am still fighting, and I'm holding this book in front of them and saying, I am worthy to fix this, and I'm gonna hold on to the damn book.
I did a good thing when I could have done a bad thing, so
Yeah,
Be
so
a
you should
reward.
reward me.
I could have
Please
mugged
just-
you and I didn't. Give me your money.
That's not the way I
Yeah,
said
you
it.
should give
That's
me
not
your
the way I
money
said it.
because I deserve
No,
it.
you're
now.
good, you're good.
I'm
We're-
also a paladin, and that's not what I said.
Yes,
so.
it's understandable.
no.
So
We're just jaded, and you're
I
on
could
the
be
fire
worse.
again. Sorry, I know,
So-
we know, we love you.
between Thalmaris and Valen praying in this moment in this place, and you holding the Codex of the Creed Resolute up with the names of all the souls that are currently trapped here that aren't either dead or not currently turned into demons and devils.
Do not give that to Venture. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I would actually love that. If you could hand that over, that'd be great.
Mm-mm.
You
Look over there,
immediately
Benji.
feel a warm radiance start to expand from the statue in the center of the room. You notice the columns of stone begin shaking and vibrating at the edges of the cathedral, and you see pillars begin moving back into place, and the roof pops back up into the ceiling. And there is a warmth that is now here that wasn't before, as the ground becomes sanctified once more. Venture
Immediately becomes
Venture, how do you
uncomfortable.
feel about this?
uncomfortable suddenly.
Yeah, can I find a basement or a knot here, please, dear God?
The
Dear
crack in
not
the
God?
wall sealed up. The front door's there. You can run
Dear
for the front
Please,
door.
anything but God. Can I not be here?
Do not go in the basement, though. It just leads to lava. So
I
just a
think
heads up.
Venture's gonna crack a window, kind of like when you do when fumes are.
Crack the
He's
window.
gonna
Head
crack
out.
a window to release some of the holiness to just breathe,
You should just
not religious air.
just start scraping curse words into the stone in that one little corner.
Ah.
Like this corner is not as sanctified.
Can
Oh,
I
I'm gonna
use
open a window.
perception to see what the fuck?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
I know that the building was desecrated. Do I now know that it's consecrated now?
Yes, you can tell that it has become sanctified. It's become consecrated. Ness, you just
23.
witnessed a divine intervention. A god has reached in and restored the holy status of a location.
What I was but I was actually trying to see what the fuck was happening when that
Oh.
happened with Venture.
With Venture.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
'Cause,
with a
I mean,
23.
I don't like gods. I'm an atheist in a world where gods literally show themselves. So I just literally just don't believe in them, as in I don't believe that they're good. But I didn't get uncomfy. So what's up with that?
Yeah,
That's
Venture.
a totally normal reaction.
How about
Mhm.
you? How about you give a little insight as to what is going on with?
You're so
Venture in
obsessed
this
with
moment?
Venture, you might as well just hook up and get it over with God.
Listen,
We're
we
getting
don't know what the
there.
future is
Thank
gonna
you.
hold. Yeah,
Yeah.
just calm down.
Slow burn, Brian. Come on.
Make this natural.
We have no time for this. We're in hell. Hell is
Yeah.
full
Shipping
of
us so
fast
fast.
birds.
It's the perfect time to consecrate this building.
I don't.
So what's up with you there with the I had to
I
crack
don't
a
know
window?
how much outwardly you would know, except for the fact Venture is physically uncomfortable, and a look of anger somehow has gotten worse on Venture's face.
You seem to be sweating.
I would say-
Are you okay?
Sweat
Just-
like a whore in church. That I am.
Just as an aside, Ness, of course, is incredibly good at reading people's emotional states because of the type of she's
A
Inquisitive.
nosy one?
an inquisitive.
I'm
rogue, yeah.
obnoxious.
Incredibly.
I guess I'm a little.
Sherlock Holmes.
I guess I'm a little confused, as I thought you were someone that delivered people from one plane to the other. Why would you be so uncomfortable in a place that would honor that to some degree?
Mm, mm. So, fun fact, gods do not like it when you meddle in the things that they think they should be in charge of, including moving souls from one area to another. So, I'm going to just go out on a limb and say most gods do not like the fact I can do this. Nope, that's it.
On this day, you have proven something that I did not think was ever going to be a thing. I agree with the gods.
I'm proud of you.
Technically, gods don't do that. It's.
Mm,
I could go. There are psychopomps who usher things into the eternal plane, but that's neither here nor there.
I had a pair
Okay.
of psychopumps once, but they really hurt my back, so I couldn't wear them.
Mm.
they're really expensive, though, so you have to keep them just so,
Yeah.
you know. You
Yeah, yeah, they're in my
sunk
closet.
cost situation.
Well,
Your
I am
leg, your
uncomfortable.
legs and your butt
Valen.
look so good.
Before that happens, you'll kind of just like hear Thulmaris like shudder, and will say in Celestial, "May your name be praised. May you be worshipped for all eternity. May your justice be brought through all the realms. And thank you for seeing my faith as worthy."
And Balin will also bow and kind of just like in reverence.
It's just like trying to one up each other in prayer.
They
No,
are.
no,
They're
like-
having a weird prayer pissing contest.
Like he's like Fool's actually like very much saying something very emotional in that last line.
Reverence.
So now that we've done that, I think it's safe to say that this is a place for people to come, not only for help and shelter, but
I
hope.
wish we hadn't sent the halflings away.
I was just gonna say, I think perhaps we should go get the halflings
And the
I will-
children.
Well, and the
Can I-
children.
I
Can I
will
I
send
don't
my
mean to be the
wolf?
I don't mean
your
to be
wolf
a
is still
downer
outside.
here, but
What?
Your wolf
I
is still
don't mean to
outside.
be a downer here, but we are in literal hell with demons and devils running around. A minor sanctification is probably going to mean dick when one of them decides to come in here.
also a big red flag of ding, 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 people are here.
Also, this
not
is now
doing
a
what
lightning
before.
rod to pay attention to. Probably not the
Yep.
best for people to
People
be
will
in.
Fine. This is that makes sense.
But it's now also the most defensible position
Correct.
this side of the bridge.
Now you just need soldiers to occupy this position to help keep it sanctified.
Pretty
I-
much.
No,
Enlist
where
the
there are
children.
some.
No.
No,
No.
Willoughby.
Arm the children.
Where-
Child
where were-
soldiers.
Where were the
That's fine.
Hellriders going?
Are you
Ty?
talking to?
I'm talking
Oh.
to Tyson.
Okay.
Which
'Cause
Hellriders?
I was gonna tell you
The ones
are
that were here.
There weren't any here. Ness saw some across the gap, across the bridge,
Okay.
which is what she's trying to say.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes. No, it's all good.
Okay, can
Yeah.
I send my wolves to go get the children? My wolf.
Your wolf doesn't speak to them. It might be weird to have a giant wolf try to break in the door and then drag the children off.
I'm here to help you.
Wow.
Congratulations, you're
Ness-
being saved.
What were you saying, Ness, please?
I was going to tell folks that there seems to be a Hellrider encampment where they have fortified themselves across the bridge. There is a way to get across the bridge. Possibly there's scaffolding. Oh, with Stell, did you figure out what those shiny arcane things on the bridge were that I tried to show you through Archimedes? Oh, his name's
Is that
Archimedes.
what the hell that was? No, that was just a bunch of motion sickness, and all I know is that there's 10 devils or demons or something on the bridge. I didn't get much else. It's
Okay.
jarring when it's unprompted.
With Stell, you're often unpleasant, but you seem particularly unpleasant at the moment. Are you okay?
Jesus!
I just walk out the building. I say, "Fuck this! I'm gone. I'm out." As soon as I get out the building, turn invisible. I found an alley just to hide in.
I am
jeez.
assuming that they are not okay. And I probably could have done that better. Thilmaris, maybe?
I will like run after them, but when they disappear, we'll just say, I'm going to go get the family back at the bakery. You are welcome to follow behind me. I don't know if I'm talking to thin air or not.
You
And we'll
are,
just-
but yeah, they wouldn't even bother stopping. They're kind of done right now.
And we'll just put on Pass Without a Trace and head on back. I'll tell people that's what I'm doing and head on back.
Can I message Wistel? I don't need to know exactly where he is. I just need to know he exists to message him, right?
Yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna put out an open offer of if he were to respond.
If you'd like your soul put in a coin because you're sad, I can.
Yeah,
help
no,
you.
Yeah.
you want to be murdered and
You're
just not have
gonna
to think about
die.
this for a little
Do
bit.
it in where I can
thought
see.
you were going to
I
be
can
nice.
help you
Yeah, if you're gonna
unalive
die, let me
yourself
link
if
to
you-
you. No,
if you're
I
too
think
Ping
sad.
your
because-
location.
Wistel did not shudder at knowing who Venture was, which is a very rare occurrence. So I think there is a little bit of kindness that Venture wants to return. So it's going to be just an open invitation of if you respond to this with a location that you are at, I will come and I will listen. That's just going to be an open invitation.
I think that they would respond with,
Fuck you.
"Thank
Fuck
you. Thank you. Just need space and time."
And then the response
Don't
is,
have time.
"Don't
or
die."
hell.
And it's kind of just them in that place is not where I want to be right now.
Understandable.
Can't imagine why.
Valen, I need you to give me a history check.
Okay.
When Ness was talking about the runes upon the bridge and trying to get information before so rudely scaring off Whistler.
Listen, I have a 10 in charisma, okay? I tried.
Ness mentions what she saw upon the bridge, and that brings to mind the defenses for the city. As a Hellrider, you know that there are certain locations around the city that are primed with radiant energies that can be detonated. This could potentially be used against those on the bridge if you needed to. If you could figure out how to trigger them.
Oh. I would know that though, because of, like, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
in general
I would know how
ideas.
to do that.
They don't
Okay.
give you the keys, but you know where to roughly look.
Would the key be on the commander?
Possibly. You don't know.
Okay. How about Thol and I go get the children and the halflings on my wonderful direwolf, and while we're there and going across the commander's body, I will search for said key.
Okay. So give
Might be
me
in his pouch.
possibly.
Can we look for the pound real quick?
Wink.
I have it.
Yeah,
So
Thol has it.
Valen rushes out the door after you and calls over his direwolf, rushes to the side so you can both ride it over to where you're going. Do you say
So,
something?
Maris,
Thol?
yes, could you check your pouch real quick for possibly a sigil key, something that might detonate a radiant bomb?
Why? Why trying to detonate anything?
Yeah, well, because the devils, they're on the bridge, but trust me. Is
Searching pouch, terrified and
Could be
searching
an
pouch.
investigation roll.
Sure. This is a big pouch.
Like Mary
Oh,
Poppins.
and
it gets
guidance,
in
yeah.
there.
Boom.
With
Have
guidance.
15.
All right. With a 15, you can tell that there is a section of the pouch that is hollow inside the actual lining.
Well, like,
You cut it open. You grab a hold of. It's just a small, like, square piece of paper, with the celestial word for righteous or divine upon it.
oh, I think this would be your passcode.
Perfect.
Or detonator. That's the word.
Detonator.
I will put that in my brain and have that ready to go.
Okay.
Does it do I think you need the paper too, or just the word?
Probably just the word.
Okay, cool.
Which I speak Celestial, so it works.
So you hop upon the dire wolf. You rush back to the bakery. You see the halfling and the two children who have just gotten up and are blearily eyed, like rubbing their eyes. The halfling looks over to you and goes, "We made it. Thank you so much for showing us this place. It's off the beaten path. It's kind of underneath edges of rubble. We can hide here. We'll be safe for a while."
I'm so sorry. We shouldn't have sent you here so fast. The good paladin here was the one who fixed the desecration of the church, and it is now a holy place again.
Our hope is to continue to keep it holy and make it a refuge for people. And also, there's plenty of food. 300 days worth of rations there. You guys will not go without.
Really? Well, that's exciting. Well, we should get back then, quickly. Let's go. Children, let's go. And everybody
I am scared.
starts moving out into the streets with you all. Taking a few steps out, you turn and begin moving back towards the cathedral. When you see a group of individuals walk out into the street in front of you, there is a... Well, give me some religion rolls, please, both of you.
15.
Excellent. You see this guy.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh no, that's not creepy.
And you see
Do not want.
3
Why is his neck like that?
Because he's not okay.
Whoops. You see 3 of these.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, he's kind of cool looking.
So as they come out there, and the individual standing on the street has a golden mask over its face with an angry and aggressive demon shape as you find yourself face to face with a Maragon.
Did they? This seems very unlikely that they were just going to just go out there with Valen and Thalmaris are not morons. They probably would have waited a second to look back and forth to see if there was someone there.
They had not been out on the street when you first looked. They walked, as you started walking towards the cathedral, that's when they came from a side road and came upon your group. And as they all prepare to lay into you, we pop back to the other group. So Ness and we're gonna go to Wistel. Wistel, you have moved away from the group. You've moved into an alleyway. You're kind of going a little distance off to the side. What do we see you doing at the moment?
I think it started out as like going like storming out in a huff, and almost like a temper tantrum, just storming out in a huff, and then when they turn invisible and they're winding around like the alleyway, I think eventually they start to almost break into a run. I think they're fleeing from everything in this moment. Like they know where they're going. They know the city well enough. They're just running until something gives, basically, until something in them stops.
Okay. You run and run and run until you're out of breath, your lungs burn, your chest's feeling just this palpitation, this pain that isn't just physical, but is also emotional and mental. And as you kind of find yourself having to take a breather and you fall to your knees in the city streets and you look up, you can see your ancestral home in front of you.
I'm sure that's going to improve your mood.
I'm sure that's going to make him so much happier.
You see the wrought iron gated fence out in front of it that has been twisted and blackened and broken. You can see the front door has been blasted in. You can see that there are marks and remnants of some sort of grand battle that happened here. And you see a figure standing in the doorway.
A living figure?
Living figure, hooded, cloaked, standing, and just kind of leaning against the door frame.
As in I can't see their face?
Exactly.
As in they're leaning like they were waiting for someone, or...
As in it's a fucking devil who wants to make another fucking deal with someone?
Could I mage hand the hood off their head?
Absolutely. As
That's
it
that's
pulls
amazing.
back, you see a red-skinned, scarred and damaged individual standing there before you with two horns, one snapped off to the side and one that's still full and curved. The figure looks over with this like series of 3 scars across his face at you, and he goes, "Oh, nice to meet you in person. Um, Wistalar Hasraya, is it not?"
What do you want?
I'm assuming that my reputation precedes me somewhat. I am the Devil Bell. I was checking upon
I'm
you.
aware.
I know that you are someone who has made deals with others before. And as such, I can see that you are taken that way. But that doesn't mean that we can't still have some sort of partnership or arrangement. Temporary, if necessary. I have a question for you. If you could avoid all this, if none of this had happened, would you still have found yourself in the situations that you are in now? Floundering, moving from place to place, trying to find out who you are, reaching out to others and different strengths to kind of embolden who you are? Creating jewelry for others in a city that doesn't care for anyone so far from home, when you're obviously someone who is so impacted by the fates of your family. You care so deeply. I can tell. I'm sorry about your cousin.
What's your point?
I know where the rest of your family is. I could point you in the right direction if you do me a favor.
They living or dead?
Alive. Although, for some of them, I will not sugarcoat it. It may not be the best life for some of them.
What's this favor?
There's a man in this city who stands at the side of the so-called High Overseer. I know that one in your party would most assuredly run him through immediately. Most of them would. By the name of Valerian. I would have you capture him and bring him to me. And if you do that for me, I will provide safe passage for your family to a location of your choosing in whatever state that they're currently in.
The High Overseer is the isn't he the like the head of the organization that Valen's a part of?
Yeah, the Hellriders. High Overseer Thavius Creek.
Mhm.
He was rumored, because you guys never actually saw him, to have been in the Van Thamper family manor dealing with them, and his shield was for some reason in the hands of Thalamra.
You devils like to work in details, mix words, use emotions. I'm fully accustomed to these things. If I do this for you, I want myself, all of my family, in their you know what? I want myself and all my family in states healthier than they are in if they aren't already living in stable condition to be teleported to a spot of my choosing on the mortal realm.
Quite a hard bargain.
You can take it or get the fuck off my property.
You are a man or you are an individual who knows the bargain. You know that there's back and forth. My counter is that I can provide them in the state that they are in, off this plane of existence with you. I am not one that does much healing. I can rebuild them, if you prefer.
No, I would not.
Then if we have a deal on those fronts, on those counts, he raises one hand out to you.
Someone really pissed me off recently. I walk up and shake their hand.
You shake his hand. He says, "Excellent. I knew I could do business with someone such as you. Very reliable and very capable. I would not wish to be in the shoes of someone who angers such as yourself. Thank you."
And move on before you are.
Of course. He kind of turns, leans against the doorframe for a second, then just nods his head and disappears in a gout of flame. On your hand, on your palm, is now a crescent-shaped red tattoo.
Yeah. And I think it's just like a moment of like staring at it in complete and utter like stoicness before they push open the door, slam it behind them, and it's just a building filled with a scream.
Makes sense to me. Ness, Venture, Willoughby, you are out in front of the church to Torm. As you look off into the streets, you see devils, you see devils move out in between you and the group of returning individuals now heading in this direction.
Well, that doesn't look good.
Mm-mm.
Can we take him?
How many are there?
There's 5.
Oh no, not alone.
There's only one Merrigan. There's 5 or 4 spine devils with him.
I thought you said only. Wait, the ones that are confronting us, or a different thing?
The ones that are confronting you.
Oh, I thought you said 3 spine devils in American.
Yeah.
That's what he
3.
did say.
Yes, 3, not 4. Sorry.
Thank you.
It does make a difference. Can we make a
Are they within-
distraction?
Oh yeah, that works too.
Like try to get them the other bad guys over far away. Like, can I use a hand crossbow with like something explodey on the end of it to like make a diversion over a house or something? Like lob it up over on the other place, make them go the other direction away from all of us.
So they've already seen the group, but you could attempt something that would distract them, at least temporarily, or surprise them in some way. What do you have?
If you can give me some fire, I can make fireworks.
Well, we're in hell. I feel like
It has to be non-magical fire.
You do have a bag full of drugs.
Let's get them high, easy.
I do have a bag full of drugs.
We'll offer them laced
Do have a
Halloween
bag
candy. There you go.
You also have the conundrum fruit. You could just like stick it on an arrow and then try to get the juices inside them.
Oh, she used her only.
I tried to.
She used her only conundrum fruit. There's another one.
I have some.
I had 2. didn't I? Oh, you have some.
I have 4.
The only
I have a torch, which means I have flint, which means I have natural fire.
You do have natural fire. Willoughby has a bag of beans.
Yep.
And other people have conundrum fruits. And, I mean, Thalmaris does have a deck of cards.
I'm upset that they've already seen the group.
Ooh, but what if we make just a giant beanstalk? It will distract them, and then we can push it over, and that can be a whole new bridge that only we know about and control.
I mean, I've heard worse ideas.
Is Willsey okay?
The only one in this group that is,
Never.
I think, at this point. But I mean, a couple little sacrifices.
Whatever
and things
Willoughby
like
is
that.
on, I
I'm
too wish to be a part of.
gonna do inventory on my bag of drugs.
The
See what's
Feywild.
gone.
That's what they're on. The Feywild.
That's exactly
Hey,
what she thought.
same. Shit. I don't know what to do. This
I
whole
can make one of them
session-
go away, and I can probably make it the big one.
I can try to put them to sleep.
Put them to sleep. Can we try to put them to sleep?
Sleep would work on maybe 1 or 2 of
Oh.
them, unless you got them.
Depending on
weaker.
how high you roll.
So
Yeah.
we will leave this for the next episode. We'll meet again.
Mm.
So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. We're gonna give just a moment for everybody to give us their last
Oh, damn.
final thoughts on.
Hey,
Accidentally
dang, Ty just
closed.
kicked us out
closed
immediately.
the
Yeah,
whole
you
thing
did. I was poking
accidentally.
around my abilities, and like he's like, "No, you cannot think."
Sorry about that. We're gonna start off with Willoughby here. Why don't you go ahead and give us your thoughts on the game, and then we'll close out for the day.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gwen. I play Willoughby, barding up the world of hell, I guess. Super exciting. I'm actually having a great time, and I love that I'm actually able to use bard skills in what might end up being helpful ways, which is not always the case. So, yeah, having a blast.
You're creating a legend using your songs to inspire and to bring hope to people. So it's a clever idea, but that works, and hopefully that will help overall. I have a tally for how much hope you were providing to the city, and so far you guys are at 10. So you're working your way up.
Out
It's that
of
SpongeBob meme.
Out
where
of
it's like,
100.
You've got 6. Yeah, how much
So
do you
it's,
need?
I've got it. It's basically
6,000.
100%. It's 100% metrics. So you're about 10% of the way there at the moment, and you've done very little technically for the city, but you're getting there. Ness, your turn.
I'm Shannon, and I'm playing Ness, and I'm not comfortable. This whole place sucks. I don't like it. I guess it's not cold. That's nice. And I'm it's fine. You know what? It's all fine. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely fine. I think those 10 points of hope were directly ripped out from the heart of Ness, and now I have to refill my cup. But other than that, it's fine.
Oh, and
Fine.
Venture's the problem? Welcome to where Venture's been living for a month.
When I start sucking souls out of people,
You should try it. It's fun. It's actually
I-
very cathartic.
you know what?
It could be therapeutic.
Willoughby,
Don't encourage this. Valen, your turn.
bad influence.
I'm Clinked, and I'm playing Valen. And I am just excited that having spoken with Thul and doing the whole God thing had created something good. So fuck everybody else who thinks that gods can be bad, because they're not always bad.
We
They
didn't
can be
say.
good. You just got to learn how to use them. Anyway,
Gods do
so-
what the fuck they want.
You gotta learn
and
how
that's
to
the
use gods.
issue.
I mean, I don't know if he wants his temple in hell. That's all I gotta say. But it's fun. I'm enjoying playing this with you guys.
Venture. Anna, your turn.
Hello, I'm Anna, or Sanctum. I play Venture, the Grump. Who loves gods. Gods and Venture is best friends. Religion and Venture, best friends. Homies. Fam. I will say I think Venture's maybe a smidge vindicated that they are watching Ness slowly unravel. Because welcome to my fucking world.
To be fair, I was never raveled. I was a
That's
thief.
fair, but
Yeah.
Venture doesn't know that. Venture assumed you came raveled.
Oh, yeah.
So it feels good to have people realize how much this fucking sucks. And I don't think that's probably the best thing, but we work with what we have.
Reveling in the misery of others.
True.
It's fine. Hell's great.
Thanks.
Marquise, your
It's my
turn.
home.
Hi, everybody. Thul's having a moment of, oh shit, I had a terrible religious upbringing, and now religion is not a bad thing anymore. It's actually kind of decent. So that's fun. And yeah. Feels really bad for friends who unfortunately have a lot of other traumas that devils get to take advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to help them, but can't.
Speaking of traumas, Brian, your turn.
Thanks, Ty. I needed that one. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian. I'm full of trauma and play characters filled with trauma too, apparently. But no, I'm having a blast. This is a great time. Like I love games like this. I think, like, with Stell, if handed like a deal that's like, do you want to become the next big baddie? Like in this moment, they probably would sign up for it. Like they're like fully like snapping in every synapse right now, because they were trying to keep it all together, and they're rapidly accelerating down a dark, a deep dark place. But it will be interesting to see how it all goes.
I'm curious to see where everybody ends up at the end of this. You got to keep hoping yourselves too, in order to keep hoping others.
Willamie has enough hope for everybody.
Also, I am very
That is true.
I am very, very happy that nobody actually caused the Hell Knight to start trying to fight them, because the module itself says, don't let your players fight this if you can help it.
Yeah, Ty.
Dumb.
They put it there.
Dumb,
It's there.
dumb.
It's roaming around this part of the city. There's
I'm
only
walking
one
down
at the
to
moment.
I'm going to a clothing store to check in on my dead family. Oh, the building falls over for fuck reason. Oh no, the DM really should keep them away from your players.
Why even put it there?
They'd say that
Yeah.
like every scene should have one natural disaster occur in it.
Should have one
And
Hell
it's
Knight in
like-
it.
It's kind of
You're
crazy.
gonna open up a bathroom door. It's gonna be a Hell Knight on a nightmare being like, taken.
Nay.
Hit, slam.
Occupied.
Occupied. Anyway,
Fucking mortals.
that was today's game. Thank you very much. You all have a wonderful day. We'll see you all next time.
Did you
Same
get one?
great channel, same great place. And then look out for Dragon's Rulo, December 8th. We're going to be having a podcast of that launch. So, or whatever that is.
Woo. It's
Bye.
a little more help happy, sort of.
It, right now it is, maybe.
Yeah.
Unless you're Sal. All right.
Find out on the podcast.
Mhm.